Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, to Generations Behind,
Gen D.
episode 52. If we did a podcast every week like most normal podcasts, this would be our year mark, but we're lazy pieces of shit and we upload mostly every 2 weeks. So,
Yep.
to the side of
Piece
me,
of shit right here.
the barbarian, Mr. Zach Daily Beating. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm thinking about the idea of 52 episodes of podcasts, and I thought about you and Christian's yearly podcast. It'll be great when that hits 52 episodes,
This is
and
going to
y'all
be
are in your
incredible.
70s. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, if you didn't know,
But
for episode 100 of our yearly podcast, we are giving away a sealed stadium event, so you want to make sure you check that out.
you're gonna laugh when medical advances make it so far. You should-
We're gonna be
Then
able
we're
to hit that.
obligated.
yeah, gotta figure it out.
Well,
Do you
that's
think Nintendo? Do you think Nintendo would ever release like a stadium events do you think a game would ever get re-released in any way, shape, or form? It's just like a memorabilia thing.
absolutely not because it wasn't even their game. Like it was on Nintendo,
Like,
but
do
I
you
think it
think
was a Bandai game technically.
Do you think that anyone? Do you think Bandai will make that just for the fun sake of it? Just like make a stadium events for Switch.
That would be really funny. I doubt it, but that would be really funny because they have to know, right? Like I always think that when there's like these random, like Capcom must know that like Tron Bonne is a super expensive PS1 game, right? Like these companies have to
They
be
gotta be
aware.
honest.
They're
They
they're
gotta do it.
reselling all of their old stock, just like slowly making money off of it. And then once
Yeah,
it's
that's what
all
they were
gone,
doing
then
with
they'll
Poop
make a
Slinger.
new one.
I'm telling you.
True. The
And then
Poop
people
Slinger,
stopped buying it, so they sent 6 copies to everybody.
the Poop Slinger conspiracy theory. I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Craig. Hello. Below me, the luscious slut, game collecting Reaper, kills Reaper, Tyler. Tyler Hate. Tyler, how are you today?
I am doing a-okay, honestly. Not too bad, not too bad. I got a couple cool pickups I wanted to show. Looking
Oh.
forward to that part.
I was like, are you
Um,
doing it now? Are you breaking the rhythm of the show?
no, no, no. I'm just excited to show a couple pickups.
We're excited
You're
for
rhyming
you.
now. No, no, no. I'm just excited to show
You
a
gotta
couple
wait.
more pickups. Don't you wait no mo.
Yeah,
Word up.
you gotta wait. Yeah, wait. Word up.
Today, for episode 52, we're going to be giving some retro JRPGs or maybe just JRPGs, some suggestions for beginners. We do talk a lot of JRPGs on this show, but for those of you that listen just because you like the show and haven't played a lot of RPGs, we're going to give you guys some good a good little some meal prep, I guess you could say, of games to try out, see if the genre is for you. Excited to talk about some of our
Yeah,
favorite games, I'm sure.
I've been afraid to ask what the topic was. I forgot, but thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think this one needed a refresher. I feel like we could all probably go off the cuff for this one. Not a lot of prep needed, but always excited to talk more Japanese role playing games with you boys. Sometimes I wonder if this just should be a JRPG podcast. As so much of what we talk about are JRPGs, but we've made it this far, so it's okay. Next episode, we're going to give you guys a treat since we are a week late for this one. Next week, after this post, we're going to be doing an episode on Star Fox 64, as we're all excited and ready and prepping for the new Star Fox on Switch 2. Star Fox 64, if you don't know, very short game, so if you want to play along, you should be able to beat it in probably 1 or 2 sittings. If you want to do every route, that's a different story, but if you just want to play through the game, it is definitely like an evening game. You could probably beat it in under 2 hours, I think, if I had to guess. It's been a while since I played it, but
This is my
I
first time doing it, so
I played it on stream once when it came to NSO, and I think the stream was like less than 2 hours. It was the first time I ever played it. I can confirm that, but it was like yeah, like 2 hours, I think.
yeah, I've never actually finished the N64 version. I've only ever finished the 3DS remake or remaster, whatever you want to call it. So I'm excited to knock the OG version off of my list. Tyler, I know you're very excited for Star Fox. This was kind of your idea. Are you very excited for Star
I'm
Fox?
excited. I always wanted to play it. My boss is a huge fan of it. He was telling me just today, because we had a meeting, how he played the demo on Switch 2, and he was like loving it. And he was like, "Yeah, it's like coming right back to me." And I was just like, Still got to play it, but we'll get
Uh,
there.
I haven't played
I,
the demo yet.
I was gonna say I didn't even know there was a demo, so that's kind of exciting. I think I'll just wait though. That's like I know that they released another demo, like a second demo for The Adventures of Elliot, which comes out next week. And I still haven't played the first demo. I'm like at this point, I'm just not gonna play either of them. I'm just gonna jump into it because I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
So I found the stream. The first time I ever played Star Fox 64, I streamed it, and the stream is 1 hour and 19 minutes.
And you beat the game?
So, and I beat the game.
So yes, if you want to play Star Fox with us, please do. It's a short game. You could knock it. You could knock it out. Excuse me. I'm a little gassy from my Diet Dr. Pepper from McDonald's.
Oh. Your McDonald's is Diet Dr. Pepper. Yeah, that's fucked up. Mine don't.
Is that not normal? I thought they all did.
No, it's probably per franchise. Mine only got Diet Coke.
You're missing out. I don't have blood anymore. I have Diet Dr. Pepper going through my veins.
Dude, when I worked at Arby's and we had Diet Dr. Well, no. Even at Arby's, some specific Arby's only had it. So whenever I had to run to get like food somewhere, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking a Diet Dr. Pepper with me because it's there. So
there you go. We have some write-ins, boys. Dan Evil Robot wrote in. Nice to hear from Dan for the first time in a while. Dan Evil Robot said, "You guys are doing a great job. Sorry I haven't been commenting on any of your previous podcast videos on YouTube lately, but I do watch you guys or listen with my earbuds while doing yard work or house cleaning. Keep up the good work." Best compliment you could ever receive from somebody is that I listen to you while I do other stuff. I'm like, hell yeah, we're good background noise.
Especially yard work, because yard work's such a grueling thing. It's like, I listen to you while I cut the grass. It's like,
exactly.
thank you so much.
While I'm doing the worst physical labor in the world, I'm using you to get me through it. That's the best compliment you could receive.
He's probably looking forward to the fall so that way he could break some leaves and listen to us.
Ooh.
There you go.
Nothing like a good 50-degree yard rake. You know, sometimes when it's too cold, it's a pain, but when it's like the perfect weather, you're just raking leaves.
And then, on top of that, us talking into your ear, probably
Ooh.
perfect ASMR.
All that stuff.
Getting me going. I can't even say the word right. You know?
We are all known for our sultry voices, that's for sure.
Very much.
Jason wrote in, Zach, would you mind reading Jason's write-in? I don't know if you have the document open for the show.
I can open it quickly.
But I feel like you have to, if it's a Jason write-in, it's almost a requirement for you to read it. But
good lord. Okay.
This is not related to the topic of the show. This is him defending himself from last episode.
All right. Hello, Jason here, needing to explain why I have the Platinum Trophy to that terrible remake. To begin, I did play the demo back when it was on the PS4 and was not impressed. I didn't care for the gameplay at all, so I didn't buy it for the PS4. Then they announced it coming to PS5, and I thought I'd give it a second chance if it ever got around to $20. I'd pick it up, which I did. So I gave the game a second chance and played through the game and finished it. Now that was back in 2021, and then I saw they were adding a streamlined progression to the game. I had just finished the game Pipistrelle and the Cursed Yo-Yo and was trying to figure out what to play next. Now I guess you could call myself a trophy hunter. I do not go for the platinum every game, but I do go for it on the games I really enjoy. And I think that's where he stopped writing. That's where he stopped writing, right there.
Oh, weird. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, there's some more here. Okay, it says,
okay.
I look at the trophy hunting as getting more enjoyment out of games now since games cost them $70 and depending on the much shorter too. Now you may still be wondering why I go for the platinum on this terrible remake. Since I couldn't decide and remembering about the streamlined progression and I only had about a handful of trophies, and to justify my opinion on the game, I would finish the game 100% and get that platinum trophy. So I decided to speedrun and finish it to 100%, and my god, you really don't realize how terrible this remake is until you speedrun it. All the forced slow walking dialogue and just to squeeze through another walkway that you need to do is insane. I skipped all the cutscenes, of course. So that's the reason as to why I had the platinum trophy and why I can give my opinion on that terrible remake.
You know what? I respect a hater with receipts, so I'll take it. You know, it's like, he's like, I hate this so much, and to justify how much I don't like it, I'm gonna 100% this game, get the platinum trophy, and still claim that it's not good.
You also know that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward's like, I don't like Krabby Patties, and then they find him eating all the Krabby Patties, and then they go, you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? That's Jason with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
No,
Him holding the platinum trophy, like you like FF7 remake, don't you, Jason?
first it'll go to your thighs, and then you'll blow up.
And then you'll blow up.
I don't know. I think that this is still legitimate hatred. I believe him. I think that he is so disgusted by this game that he had to prove how disgusted he was by being like, I did all of it and I still think it sucks.
Different strokes, I guess.
I respect it. I'll never agree. I think that game's phenomenal, but I can respect it. I respect a legitimate hater. He's not like a Twitter LARPer hater that pretends to hate games that he's never touched before.
That's fair. I can appreciate hating a game you've played more than just like hating a game like that someone else said they liked.
Yeah, or
that you
hating
didn't
it because
play.
you just don't think you would like it without ever actually trying it.
Yeah, so I can appreciate that at least.
So.
He's a ethical hater.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Ethical hater. Thank you for writing in, Jason. We appreciate that. Mike from Canada wrote in. Hello, Mike from Canada. New face around here. Always love to see a new face writing in. Mike
what if this
from
is
Canada.
like dance?
He said, "Hey guys, I really enjoy your content. It's probably the most educational gaming info I've come across online. I think you're lying, but I appreciate the compliment."
It's my trivia. See, everybody loves it.
What other podcast would you have learned Miyamoto's blood type from?
Guy who's
Probably
only
made
seen
it
Boss Baby saying, "I'm getting a lot of Boss Baby vibes from this."
Imagine when this bitch discovers Did You Know Gaming. It's gonna lose its fucking mind.
Oh man, that
Did you know?
podcast sucks.
Did you know? He said, "Thanks for all of your hard work. Are there any lesser-known PS4 games you guys would recommend checking out?" Now, we'd be remiss not to go to the full set collecting Tyler hate on this one. Tyler, what are some lesser-known PS4 games you could recommend to Mike from Canada?
Like to play?
Yeah.
Who the fuck plays their games around here? No,
Well, he did say checking out, so I don't know if he means checking out at his local game store or playing. I would assume playing.
Well, hold on. I'm just gonna organize to my PS4 games so I can just do a quick run through. Depending on what genres you like, I mean,
Yeah, give us some Metal Jesus hidden gems live on the show.
all right. So this one's also on Switch. I don't know if it's on Xbox, but it's kind of lesser known. It's called Blade Strangers. If you like fighting games, I recommend that. You don't see it as often. It's a Nicalis, or Nicalis, however the hell you say it. Fighting game where it's just like all of their characters into it. One that's pretty uncommon and fun, Road Redemption on the PS4. It's like Road Rash, and it has Shovel Knight as a character. And it's really weird and crazy. You're probably not going to find that in a store, though. That one you're going to have to buy on eBay because you won't see it as often if you can find one on eBay. Let's see. What else we got? Trying to think of like lesser now. If you want a little pro tip on a rare PS4 game, Island Flight Simulator, that one, watch out for because there's usually ever like one or none on eBay, and you're not going to find it in a store. I mean, you might, but GG's if you do, because that's a tough one.
Let me pull up I'm going to pull up my play log and go to the tab every game I've ever beaten and filter by PS4. See if I could find a fun one for you.
I have the most normie PS4 list on my shelf. It's like Anthem, Borderlands, Call of Duty, Dark Souls, Final Fantasy, FIFA, Injustice, Madden, and then it's like Uncharted. And that's my PS4, basically.
Another one I recommend, it's an indie game. I don't know if they have a physical on PS4, though. I know they have a physical on Switch, but I played it on PS4. It's called Wavetail. That's a really good, like, kind of like action.
I've had that game downloaded to my PS4 for years, and I just haven't touched it. But I've heard that it's really good.
And you could beat that in like one sitting, to be honest. It's not that long. Really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the PS4 games I've played have been multi-platform. So in terms of exclusives, I don't think I have too many recommendations, unfortunately. But I do want to give a big shout out to, of course, my beloved Gravity Rush and Gravity Rush 2. These games are technically considered failures by the people that made them in terms of sales. So I think that's enough to justify them as being lesser known. Please play Gravity Rush and Gravity Rush 2. Gravity Rush 2 is going up in price, which is strange. For many years, that was like a bargain bin $20 game. But I think it's actually more expensive than Gravity Rush Remastered now, which is fascinating to me. So, but yeah, my beloved Gravity Rush, definitely check those games out. Gravity Rush, my second favorite game of all time. So,
Could also play Turnip Boy Commits Tax Invasion.
I've heard that's very fun, actually.
They have a second
My
one, but it's
favorite-
only on Switch right now.
My favorite PS4 game is Dark Souls 3, if you've ever heard of it.
Doesn't ring a bell.
And if you like Pokemon, I recommend Nexamon because that's really fun too.
Yeah, I played a lot of that on my phone, actually. There's a mobile
Yeah.
port, so...
I didn't play much of the first one, but I know they have like a double pack where you can get the first one and the second one. I played the second one because that was originally a standalone. Yeah, I would say those are some like lesser known ones that at least I've played.
There you go. Believe it or not, Tyler does play video games.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Speaking of video games, I want to bring it up because we're not a news show, obviously. There's been a lot of, there's basically been E3 the past 10 days or so. Something that wasn't included in any kind of showcase, but that got announced. Got to give a shout out to Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Coming
Dude,
back.
they're trying to compete with
so-
GTA 6.
I'm so fucking excited. You guys know Godzilla's my boy. I cannot fucking wait. I pre-ordered the Switch 2 and the PS5 version because I want to have both just for the hell of it. I'm so excited to get the Platinum Trophy in that game. I think that'll be so fun to have. That is an absolute childhood favorite of mine and of many people's. This is a very beloved game. It's considered one of the few good Godzilla video games, though. Very exciting time in my life. It's one of those times where it feels like a remaster made just for you. I don't know if you guys have had that yet with something super niche, but I feel like
Not anything niche, but they remade Mario Superstar Saga, which I thought was like, oh, I didn't think they would do that.
that's true.
So, fair.
And it seems like I've played a little bit of the GBA version and the 3DS version. Unfortunately, never finished either of them. I need to, but I feel like besides the difference in the graphics, they're pretty much just the same great game. So seems like it's one of those things where you can play either and get an excellent experience. So.
You can also play I'm in Love with Your Dead Grandmother Online Battle Royale 3.
You could. That's an all-timer.
100% of that game.
It's an all-time video game.
Crazy.
Speaking of video games, what the hell have we been playing, boys? Tyler, I think you said your list is short to none, so why don't you go first?
So I played more of that NTE game, mainly like hopping on and playing dailies because I've been busy as hell lately.
Yeah, what's
so
the
I
full
haven't
name
really
again? What is it?
Neverness to Everness.
It might be the worst name for a game of all time, but
Yeah, that's why I just call it NTE. So playing a lot of that. They actually had like a collab with Porsche to where you were able to get like the Porsche car by like pulling on the gotcha. It's the most
How?
what they're having
They had a collab with Porsche.
Yeah, they're apparently they have a lot lined up. Apparently, like eventually.
dude, the Hoyo-verse is making fucking bank. Those
Yeah,
dudes
they're-
have more money than God at this point.
Well, no, is this a Hoyo game? Is this a Hoyo game?
I don't know.
Maybe it isn't. I just assumed it looked like all their other slop. So
Oh,
It's pretty
Everness
fun,
to
though.
Everness.
I've been having a shit ton of fun with it.
yeah, the one I enjoyed was Honkai Star Rail, and then I was like, I can't do this because I'm a sucker for microtransactions. So I just deleted it because I was like, eventually I'm gonna get got and spend too much money on this thing.
This Porsche collab, it eventually got so like the way they did it, it's like you had to do 15 pulls in order to get everything off the banner, and the first 4 pulls you couldn't even pull the Porsche. It was a 0% chance, right? But then it became like a 0.1% chance, and then it became like a 0.4. Like where it actually got to the point where you would get it was like the 12th pull, like a 12%, and then it would go to like 30 and then 60 and then 100%. I got it on the 14th, so I didn't have to go all 15 because the last thing to get was like 10 dice, which is what you summon with, and a full summon cost 1,600 of the currency. It's like Amalith or something like that. but it costed me 2,200 to get the last thing because it like started costing more than it cost for a multi summon just to get either a player banner or the car or yeah, it was a really expensive collab. Um, yeah, but I got that. And then I've been playing on my PC a little bit Forza Horizon 6.
Oh,
So,
I've heard good
yeah,
things.
yeah. Actually, Jonathan and my buddy Hector like gifted it to me on Steam because they've been playing it. They're like, "Hey, we got it for you." I was like, "All right, shit, I'll play it now."
Nice.
So originally I was waiting for the PS5 version. Who knows if that's actually going to happen now since Xbox is changing their exclusive ways. But
Who knows?
yeah, I can't see them. I can't see that going good for them since Xbox doesn't really have much of a player base right now. Like, or not like a player base, but like people that are going to buy their games essentially. Like, I can't see them making much off of Gears if it's mainly going to be Game Pass and the few people that are going to buy it physical.
Yeah, they're in a very interesting situation, but
Like
only
the
time will
fact that
tell.
they're like, yeah, it's going to go exclusive. I'm like, huh? But to each their own. To each their own. But
I
yeah,
think
then
it'll
play.
go to PS5 still because I think I'm looking, I'm double checking. I think they said that anything that was announced for PS5 will still come to PS5. I
Well,
believe
that one
that
they
one was
said they
already
were changing
announced.
it. Yeah, but they said they were changing it in the Xbox show. They
Changing
said
what?
now they said now it's a full Xbox console exclusive for Gears of War. That was their
Oh,
first
Gears of
announcement.
War. I'm saying
Mhm.
Forza.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Sorry, I said yeah. Clarified.
yeah.
Forza. I think will still go to PS5.
The one I'll be sad about is if Fable ends up the PS5 versions end up getting canceled. That might make me want to get an Xbox. So I was really looking forward to that one.
Think that falls in the same bucket. I think it's still PS5 because they said it's already coming to PS5.
That's fair. Yeah, true, but I thought Gears E Day they did say it was coming to PS5 at some point.
They did. It had like a marketing thing where it had PS5 on
Yeah,
it. It was like a week
so
before or something like that, and then they
very
kind of just
interesting.
like changed it. But hey, to each their own. Let's see what happens. They
I
announced
mean,
a new
honestly,
Spyro game though.
sometimes I miss having an Xbox, to be honest. So it'd be nice to have one. But I never had a Series X anyway. I only had the Series S. So and now it's just so expensive that I feel like I can't justify it. So
Yeah. Hey, they announced a new Spyro game. I was living it up. And then they announced Persona 4 Golden, or not Golden, Persona 4 Rewind coming out on my birthday. I
I know
was
it's very
hyped.
exciting. I
And then they were
You
like,
guys
here's
aren't
Pete.
ready for how fucking hypercritical I'm going to be of
Oh, yeah, because
Persona
every day's a
4
great day at
Revival.
June.
You guys have no idea. That's going to
Are you going to be
be.
the 23rd person to platinum it in the world or whatever?
I hope so.
Are you
I'm
gonna be
taking. That's going to be a week off of work, not just like a couple of days or like a day. That's going to be a week off of work where I do nothing but play Persona 4. But I actually, people are complaining online as Persona fans do because Persona fans don't, they don't know what a good game is. They think that everything is terrible, even though all these games are phenomenal experiences. They're just different iterations of similar phenomenal experiences. And I think it looks really good so far. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be so weird, though, having a different voice cast because they're recasting everybody. And I'm just so used to the way that these people sound after, spending hundreds of hours with them. So that's going to take a while to get used to. But I think it looks great. So I cannot wait.
Speaking of recasting voices, did you see the same things happening with Sephiroth and FF7 Part 3?
Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently
they
it was a
changed the voice
scheduling
actor.
conflict, which makes no sense to me. I'm like, how do you not plan this out?
So tough. I think it must be because they're doing it on such a tight timeline. Maybe there wasn't
Hmm,
time to
maybe.
allow for, but
From just the
it's
trailer, the
frustrating.
new guy sounds good, though, at least. So it's like, whatever. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, he does sound good, but he does sound different. So it's like,
Definitely.
but
Dude, I'm shocked at how much they showed of that game. They're like, all right, so here's the trailer. All
Hmm.
right. And then they're like, oh, let's see some more. And then they had Matt Mercer come out. They're like, oh, let's see some Vincent Valentine gameplay. And he's like, can't let the story go and finish. And they showed some more. I was like, God damn.
Dude, it's going to be crazy because that Resident Evil Veronica and Persona 4 Revival are all probably going to come out within like a 3 month span of each other if history, has anything to tell you
And
about when Resident Evil games come out. So it's like that's going to be
so
the most insane like 3 month span of video games um fucking ever. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
so I can't talk as much as you, Craig, because you played them like all, I think. But
Hmm.
I am really excited that Persona 6 seems like it has such a dark tone. I was like, yo, this is badass.
It
But like,
definitely I've never beaten 1, 2, or 2, 2. I've played. I'm about halfway through Persona 1 right now. I need to pick it back up. But that fell off when Half-Life took over our lives for a weekend, and I just didn't go back to it yet. But Persona 1 definitely has a bit of a darker tone and atmosphere and themes and everything else, so it definitely seems like they're going more in the direction of the OG Persona games, which is very interesting. The press release talks about like stuff with occults and stuff, so I'm very interested to see where it goes. My only thing, is we've seen a good amount of leaks, so we kind of have an idea of like, characters and age and things like that. And I'm one of those people that would like Persona to like bump it up from like high school to college, just for a little bit more. I feel like you could just tell different stories when you have the characters being a little bit older. And, Persona 2 proves that that's not a bad thing, because Persona 2, by most people that have played every Persona game, most people prefer the Persona 2 duology over every other game in the franchise. So I think that would be nice, but it looks like we're getting more high schoolers. So, yes, sir?
Was this the first official announcement of Persona 6, or did they already say they were working on it?
So, I mean, everyone assumed it was happening, but this is the first time they've actually acknowledged Persona 6. So,
okay, because I was going to say,
probably going to be 2028, if I had to guess.
I thought it was an extremely
the rumor that the people that like put it out and everything, apparently it's scheduled for September next year.
That'd be crazy. I mean, it'd be nice, but I guess it's possible, right? We got Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor in the same year.
You get 2 weeks of PTO in a year. You get 2 weeks. You're gonna take one in February, one in September if it happens. Like,
I'm blessed/cursed with one of those jobs that has unlimited PTO, and people know how that usually works. So, but if all that has to go towards video game releases, I'm ready. It's like I need to take off for that. I need to take off for Persona 4. I need to take off for Final Fantasy. Gonna be busy.
The fact that it wasn't announced does change my opinion a little bit, because at first I thought the game was like acknowledged by Atlus, so I thought the trailer was super lame. I was just like, I didn't realize that was the first time they've ever actually officially said the words Persona 6.
That is, a lot of... Okay, I need to get this out of my system. I'm pissed off at the people that are saying these events aren't as interesting because we know stuff that's coming. It's not it's not these companies' faults that everything's getting leaked beforehand. I try not to let that to affect my opinion of, like, the quality of the announcements. It's like Resident Evil Veronica, Ocarina of Time, Persona 6, all these things. It's like, all of that would have been so insanely exciting if we didn't see it coming, right? So it's like, I feel like it's not fair to take it away from those events and say that they're lower quality because of that. That's just something I've been seeing a lot, and that pisses me off. I'm just like, I don't know.
And to be clear, I thought Atlus had acknowledged it before. Mm-hmm. That's why I thought it was lame, because I was like, I thought they were just reminding us. I didn't realize they had never actually.
Yeah, that is literally the first time they've acknowledged its existence. So.
Okay. Then that's fine then. Yeah, okay. I was thinking like they announced it like a year ago, and they're like, it was like a reminder it exists, and I thought that was deflating. But
nah. I'm glad the way they handled Persona 4, honestly, because when they showed Persona 4 Revival a year ago, it looked like it was like literally just starting development. And then we got so much this time, and it looks so good. I'm so excited. I think the new portraits look great. The new voices, even though they're different, they do sound good. I don't know. It's very exciting, to see a game that you've played so many times, and it's like, I don't know. It's like they could just make it prettier, and I'm happy. But all the added gameplay is going to be nice too. So I'd be shocked if Revival takes its place as Golden being my third favorite game of all time. But we'll see. So I don't know how we got on this topic. We were talking about what Tyler was playing.
I like that meme sent of Persona 6 development. It's just like the cube on the plane. it's like where Persona 6 development is.
That made me laugh so hard. That was a great meme.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyler, been playing anything else?
That's all.
Is there any other, game-ish announcements you want to talk about? We could talk about it. We're not a news show, but this is a podcast. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Well, Spyro, I'm excited for Spyro, especially because that's been kind of like, I don't know if anybody knows the YouTuber Canadian guy A. We got 2 Canadian people in here, maybe they know. But he's really big on like Crash and Spyro and like looking into things and finding development like things on people's websites and like tracking it down. He was like, "There's got to be a new Spyro game in development."
Yeah, looking at like metadata and stuff.
She's like, "This person said she worked on Spyro on her resume. She's now working at Toys for Bob." And she was like, Spyro Reignited really didn't come out until then, so that way the only Spyro game she could have worked on is a new Spyro game, and then it ended up being true, and here we go.
How
I was
funny.
a little worried at first because like at first in the trailer it just said like take flight or whatever, and it only showed him flying. I was like, please don't tell me this is like an only flying Spyro game. I was like,
It's like a Panzer Dragoon.
yeah, like no shit
I
on
mean,
Panzer Dragoon.
that'd be kind
No
of sick.
No shit on Panzer Dragoon, but like if I wanted Spyro, I want fucking Spyro.
No,
okay?
yeah. Like
So-
an on-rail shooter Spyro, that would be a very sad announcement if that was the first Spyro in a
like,
long
we got a
time.
brand new game, and it's just like,
Yeah.
bam. But then I like read into the developer interview, and then they just said like, that's just kind of one of the big, like instead of just having a short glide, he can actually like fly anywhere. But then you're also running around on the whole like open world map type thing. And I was like, that's sick. I'm excited for that.
Did you clock it right away that it was Spyro? Like as soon as you saw the trailer, or no? Uh oh, we lost Tyler.
He's pondering. He's pondering.
thinking
Give him a
really
moment.
hard about the question I
Give
asked
him a
him.
moment. He's not sure what to say yet.
Hello. He's really gone. Wow.
He's What if he was just sitting really still?
Like thinking really hard about it. He's like, did I realize that it was Spyro? I don't know.
Spyro or not to Spyro?
Well, in the meantime, Zach, what have you been playing?
Okay, so I've been
Or do you want to talk
playing
about
a
any
few-
announcements from this
I'll
past
also
week?
throw in should I do announcements first or games first?
Your call. Why not?
I'll do announcements first, I guess. So like all the big ones, like obviously like I'm excited for Ocarina. I'm excited for Final Fantasy VII. I thought the new Castlevania, seeing more of that was cool. I'm glad that got a date. And it's like
Yeah.
mid-October. That's gonna be a good time for that game to come out.
Agreed.
I think the new Final Fantasy was a fun announcement because I've been looking into it a
Resonance,
little
right?
bit because Resonance. So there goes Tyler.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
So I was unsure if that was like a remake of an old Final Fantasy because it said
You're
something
back,
about
Tyler.
like
Dude, I was literally like talking the whole time. I seen my camera going. I was like, hello?
that's so funny.
you were just staring into the.
I fucking went like this to see if y'all were fucking with me, and then
Yeah.
no acknowledgement. I was like, nope, they ain't fucking with me. All right. I was like, no, okay.
Sorry, not to
That's
mess with your flow, Zach. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go back to Tyler. Yeah.
Oh, what I forgot. I was
Yeah,
like,
go.
oh yes, I knew it was Spyro.
Yeah.
That's where we were at. I was like, that's definitely Spyro. I don't remember where the fuck it was. I was like,
Yes.
hello, huh? You're fucking with me. You got it, but
We were joking that you were thinking really hard because you
Yeah.
were sitting like,
Because you paused on like a perfect thing, like a thinking face. It was great.
yeah, Spyro. What else was really cool? I mean, I think Wolverine looks great. That shit looks brutal as hell. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for
that.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
can I give an unpopular opinion about Wolverine?
Of
You
course.
don't like it.
I'm worried the shtick is going to get old real quick. They just showed him like slashing people in half brutally for left few. Like, I think that's going to get like tedious by the time you do that for 20 hours. All I'm saying. I hope the rest of the game's good, but the combat, it's like I get it. He's going to kill people really brutally. I hope it doesn't get old really quick.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my only concern.
Wolverine as a character doesn't, give enough breadth for variety of gameplay like Spider-Man does, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I just
I
trust
hope they can keep it
Insomniac, to
fresh.
be honest. So
I like a lot of Insomniac's games. I just hope that the game doesn't get like. I hope like 15 hours in, I'm not like, okay, I ripped that guy in half again. Like I hope it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah.
I feel
fair.
you.
Frank in the new God of War game is the MVP. It's about to be the best video game character.
Oi,
Well,
QB.
it's not- That shit was great. I was like, this man's fighting. I was like,
Yeah, I think the new God of War has a terrible name, but it looks like it'll be a great game. So
yeah.
Can you spell Frank for me, Tyler? I want to double check the official spelling. Can you spell Frank from God of War, Lawfey?
I suppose it's Frank.
Nope.
It's then what is it?
It is Phranque, Frank.
What?
Yeah.
crazy.
So
I didn't.
I think they're just trying to be as obnoxious as possible. The name of that, but
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. fair. I'm really excited that we have Crossworlds year 2 stuff and they're doing
Godzilla,
Godzilla
baby.
stuff. And then I was like, oh my God, we're gonna see Frontiers 2. And then they're like, we're making a new indie game. And I was like, that's it? That's the
Yeah.
anniversary game?
Yeah, strange that we have not gotten like new normal Sonic game in what feels like a hot minute.
Yeah. And then like it
Frontiers
was
is
rumored.
2021.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
So it's been a
And
while.
it was rumored that what do you call it? That Frontiers Definitive Edition for Switch 2 was gonna come out. So I was like, okay, we might get it. Now, at first I was like, all right, Sonic stuff, we're getting it. Then they're like, here's a Sonic Pico, whatever the hell it was. I was like, okay. And then the Switch presentation, I was like, all right, maybe let's show out the Definitive Edition, right? That they don't even show it. And I was like, well, double whammy.
Double whammy. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
All right, Zach. So what were you saying about Final Fantasy Resonance?
So when it first showed, I assumed it was a remake because I was thinking of like the Dragon Quest remakes being in the HD2D. So I assumed that was like a remake, and I was like, oh, this must be like it must be like 4 or 3 or one of the ones I'm not super familiar with. But turns out it's just like it's kind of like Octopath Zero. It's a reimagining of the mobile game, which I think is neat. I'm glad that they're doing that. Like for because I was never going to play that Octopath mobile game. I was never going to play that Final Fantasy mobile game. So I'm
Yeah.
glad they're making a version that is coming to consoles. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited actually to get a new turn-based pixel art Final Fantasy. And sorry,
yeah.
Tyler, just before you go, I have a coworker who actually played a ton of that Final Fantasy mobile game, and he said that it was excellent. And he's like super excited about this. So I was like, oh, it's good to know that the source material is actually very good. So I'm very
That's nice to
excited
hear.
for that. Test Tyler.
Okay, what I feel they should do, and I feel it would be a really cool idea and probably wouldn't take too much work, they should go back and do the Final Fantasies that never got a 2D in HD 2D. Like, they should demake, like, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, just go for it. Like, obviously
be
not
cool.
all at once.
It's a lot of work,
like,
but it would be cool.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, you had, what, Dragon Quest, 11?
11, yeah.
Right? 11 that did that? With, like, the S Edition, you're able to play, like, either or.
That's
feel
how
like
I
it'd be
played
cool.
the majority of that game. Was in
Yeah.
the 16-bit style.
Like, I feel like it would be cool if they did that for like Final Fantasy 16 or something. Like you had like a whole turn-based. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be cool to have like a retro style version of it.
You ever see that weird Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition?
Yep.
That's a fascinating thing. They pretty much made a demake of Final Fantasy 15 to make it work on like mobile phones, and they put it on Switch as well. It's super weird. You should check. You should
Like
look that up, Tyler.
Chibi Noctis.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange that it exists. That should be the way I play Final Fantasy 15.
Gosh, as far as like new announcements though from the shows, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of reminders of things I'm excited for, like Final Fantasy 7. So Final Fantasy Resonance was a new thing, but it's also kind of like a reimagining of an existing game. Like Castlevania was a reminder. Final Fantasy 7 was technically it was an announcement of the third game, but we all knew it was coming out.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time, obviously, like a leaked remake. So I was excited to see more Fire Emblem. I'm excited Fire Emblem got a release date, but
Yes.
yes, sir.
I'm also excited that we're getting Switch 2 versions of all the Xenoblade games. Since I still got to play them, and so now I'm like, well, this is gonna be the definitive way to play them. Well, definitive. So I can play 1, 2, 3, and then I can play Mega Drive when it comes out.
Mega Drive. There you go. Yeah. I'm still committed to playing Xenoblade Chronicles on the 3DS when I do decide to play it the whole way through. So I've played about half of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 on the Wii, and probably about a good 20 hours of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But I never finished either of them, so I want to go back and do it. It'd be interesting for me to plug in my Wii and see where my save is left off on Xenoblade Chronicles, because I played that on my Wii Mini of all consoles. So,
Yeah.
Nintendo
but I think I was
refers
at
to
about the
Xenoblade
halfway point.
Nintendo refers to that game as the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game.
The Xenoblade Chronicles?
You know when they do that thing where they say like the name
Oh
of the
yeah,
game, so that it is the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game.
Perfect. I hate
Nice.
it. I hate it so much. It's so annoying. The real question is, are you guys going to sell your copies of Xenoblade 1 on Switch 1 and upgrade to the Switch 2 versions? Get some beautiful spines.
No, that'd be
Wait,
nice. But did they mention how the updates work? Are they $10 updates?
Hmm.
Okay.
But
I still kind of want to buy the physicals just to have the physicals, to be honest.
I mean, the OG version of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was, I remember it running pretty rough, so I'm looking
I
forward
think
to.
the game ran at 540p.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being rewarded for waiting to play these games because now I can play a better version of all of them. So
It's like 16 times the pixel density.
bonkers.
Yeah.
So those are your announcements you're excited for. Now, what games have you been playing?
Oh
Since
gosh,
that's
I
the
forgot about
actual topic.
that. Let's see. So I'm still playing more Lego Batman. I think I talked about that last episode. I
Mhm.
must have. I'm really close to the end of that one, trying to platinum it, which is basically find all the collectibles. I think it's still my favorite game I've played this year. It's just Lego Arkham City, basically. I do think there's too many collectibles, and all the Arkham games probably feel like this, City and Night, but like it's a little egregious how many collectibles there are. Um, I've spent hours just like throwing on a podcast and just like grinding out collectibles. So I've got to the point now where the map shows me where all the collectibles are, and even with them on my map, just grinding them out, it's still like hours of work. So a
It
little bit too
seems
many
like that's just
collectibles,
a
but a
Lego
very fun
game
game.
thing, though. Like I know Lego games have always been a quite the grind, 100%. So
Yeah, yeah. So
And
a
I want to
little
finish.
grindy if you want to complete it, but still fun.
I want to finish the Star Wars Saga one, but that game's so massive; it has over 1,000 collectibles, and I'm like, yeah,
yeah, hard
don't
pass.
know about
Kind of how this one feels.
that.
I think this one is after last episode, 007 First Flight. I don't know if I
Yeah,
talked about that one yet.
that's new.
Um, so I think this game isn't necessarily my kind of game because it's very stealth heavy, lots of stealth. It's from the Hitman devs, IO Interactive, so has a lot of that like stealth, get yourself out of weird situations, which it can be fun, but I feel like I'm there because I want to see like I'm interested in the story and like the twists and like the narrative, and that's very fun. I think the acting's really good, and I'm intrigued by the story. The action's really good, but every level puts you into like a set piece, like Hitman kind of thing. It's like, all right, go find this thing in this, in this old mansion, or find this thing in this hotel, whatever. And it ends up being just like a long stealth section that like really slows down the pace for me because I'm not really into those kind of games. And the stealth is very silly. It's that thing where like you hide around the corner, and if you like peek out and someone sees you and you like go back, they like don't know you're there.
It's like you didn't
Um,
exist.
yeah, so it's like
Must have been
a
the
lot
wind.
of literally they're like, oh, what was that? Oh, I guess something's wrong. Um,
So
but
it's the most video game thing that exists.
yeah, you like knock a guy out and leave him on the ground. They're like, we should look for him. We should find out how to do this, and then they just leave their guy there, and
Walk
then they
away.
just yeah, it's like there's a lot of that going on, but the gunplay does feel really good, and it's really hectic because they never give you like any ammo. Any gun you pick up off the ground, like if you pick up like a handgun from an enemy, it'll have like 2 shots in it, and they really want you to like shoot the half a magazine's worth of ammo they have, and then like literally throw your gun at enemies is very funny. Like if you're out of ammo and the enemy's there, it'll like say triangle to throw your weapon, and you just like throw it at their head and knock them out. So it gets very hectic, which is fun. I think the melee combat it's like satisfying. It's very like punchy, and the sound effects are really good. There's a lot of weight to it, but it's pretty. It's punch, punch, parry, sidestep, punch. It's pretty contained, and it's very silly that like random guy in the bar that's mad at James Bond can like 3 punch kill James Bond, but I'm like kneeing him in the face with my full force, and he's like ugh, and he keeps punching me. I throw him against the wall and deck him like 4 times. I'm like a super soldier basically, and then he hits me with like a 2-piece combo, and I just fall on the ground. So that feels a little
Not
weird.
the two-piece
Um,
combo.
it's it's a little. It takes you out of the game a little bit. Like I know it's a video game, but it's like I am James Bond. This is a drunk guy in a bar. Why is he so strong?
He's accidentally pissed off the Hulk, and you didn't know.
All
it.
those shots,
Yeah.
man, got 'em going.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, like in the game, I just don't think it's like the kind of game. I wish it was a little more Uncharted and a little less stealthy. I'm fine with some stealth, but there's a lot of stealth. So
Yeah, I want to check it out. I have a buddy who absolutely loves this. His game of the year so far, and I wasn't gonna check it out, but I actually might just borrow his copy and be like maybe because usually I'm not super into stealth games either, so I don't know if I want to spend $70 on it. But I am intrigued just because it's being so well received. I also never played any of the Hitman games either, so it's like I know people love IO, but I don't really know if their games are for me yet.
yeah, and it is cool because there is like a lot of what seems to be like ways to replay the levels because like you have different gadgets and you can only bring a certain amount of gadgets into each level. So like you basically build a kit. You have like a list of 7 gadgets and you can pick 3 of them, and they each interact with the world differently. So like you can do different things and get yourself out of situations different ways depending on what gadgets you bring with you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's different ways to go through the level. So like there's lots of like freedom. It's just like I don't necessarily want to do that all the time. I kind of want like the action, the story, and maybe some like Uncharted exploring. I like exploring the levels, fine, but fun game, but maybe not my favorite game.
Good to know.
And then I have playing one more game on my Switch too. I've been playing some Mina the Hollower. I am 6 hours in. I've beaten, I guess, I don't know if they're called dungeons or not, but I've done like 2 of the like MacGuffins out of the 5 or 6
And
MacGuffins.
how are you feeling?
I like it. I it took me a little time getting used to like the burrow mechanic. So Mina is a hollower, and she like I guess is a hollowing like reference to the fact she digs and hollows things out. Is that what hollower means? I don't know.
I'm assuming, but I'm not totally sure.
So like if you jump, you go into the ground, and then you can dig underground for a little bit and you pop out. So like you can't really dodge attacks in the game. You can't really block attacks. You kind of just move away from them and like dive in the ground and like dig away from them. So it takes a little getting used to. But I'm having a lot of fun. I'm using the whip, a weapon, and it's like a Castlevania whip. I think that's a lot of fun. Has good range. It's harder than I thought it would be. It's definitely like a good challenge. It's like it is generic as it sounds. It's like Zelda, Dark Souls. They have lots of bosses. The bosses are difficult. But then other than that, it kind of feels to me like a top-down Zelda game, and I'm enjoying it. But I'm still not. I don't think I'm even halfway through it yet. So.
Yeah, I've started it, but I've only maybe played an hour and a half. I'm not super gelling with it yet, honestly, but I'm gonna keep going because I think I don't know if I just wasn't in the mood for it when I played it or what, and because I know it's the kind of game I like. It's very top-down Zelda-y. I don't know, just something about it wasn't clicking right away, so I need to get back to it. But I've only played it for a little bit, so not too much to say.
You are the 3rd person who tell me I've played it for about an hour and it's not gelling with me. So don't feel like
so it's not just
you're
me.
weird there.
I'm just like, it's like the hydrated game of the year. I'm like, I must be missing something, but
and that's something I've been really surprised about because like this game is hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little obscure. Like there's no map that really tells you where to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hard to navigate sometimes. And I feel like all those things are a recipe for literally anything but the highest rated game of the year. You would think there'd be more people like bringing that score down.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been like kind of surprised by like the critical reception of the game, despite like the people's complaints of it. Because I am gelling with it. I am like overcoming some of those things. So like I can see the 90 something score on Metacritic. I can envision it. But the fact that there's so many people that like have these very obvious upfront complaints, I'm surprised that the score is like 92 on Metacritic or 93, whatever it is.
Maybe it's one of those things where at some point it just clicks and then all of a sudden it becomes the best thing ever to you. But I just haven't gotten there yet. So, but I'm not giving up on it yet. Just have not put enough time into it yet to have a firm opinion. But I thought I was going to pick it up and instantly fall in love, and I didn't. So that was kind of like a little deflating, I guess. I think it's just because it doesn't feel as much like a 2D Zelda like I thought it would. Right off, like, just based off of the aesthetic. I think I assumed what it was going to play like more. Like, Mina's very slippery. Everything is super fast moving. Just not what I expected, I guess. And it's not bad, but I think I just kind of got to wrap my head around what it actually is opposed to what I thought it was going to be.
Hey, shout out to them for only being a $20 game. Good
True.
for them.
They definitely could have gotten away with charging more, so.
I think they could have got away with 30, no problem. I think 40 might have been pushing it, but $20 and it sold really well for them. I wish them the best. I like all of Yacht Club's games that I played so far, so.
Trying to think. I think I've only ever played Shovel Knight from them. And I never played any of the expansions for Shovel Knight or the other campaigns, so I've heard that they're all good, though.
Yeah. Shovel Knight is my third favorite of the 4, so.
Really? Wow.
My favorite is King Knight and Spectre Knight's... what's the red one? Is Spectre Knight the red one?
I think so.
Spectre Knight's my second favorite.
The other one.
And Plague Knight is just like it's like Shovel Knight again, but with a worse playing character. So
fair enough. Yeah, maybe I should check those out eventually. But Mina before any of those.
Yep.
Anything else?
No. I'm trying to think. I'm playing Mina, which is a Zelda-like game, and I'm trying to finish that before Adventures of Elliot, which is like next week, which is another Zelda-like game that I'm really excited for. So I'm like, it's going to be weird going from one of those to another one so quickly, but is what it is.
True. I know. I wonder if I should check out the Elliot demo. I feel like I'm already sold on it, though, so I think I'm just going to wait.
Well, worst case, you play it for a couple hours and transfer your save, and then if you actually don't like it, you don't play it.
That's true. I could save myself $60. Maybe I'll be smart and download it. Because I've heard it's a pretty meaty demo, too, so...
I played the original demo, which is I played it for a couple hours, but I think this one is like a bigger one that actually transfers your saves, so maybe worth checking out.
Good to know. For me, I finished Coffee Talk Tokyo. Had a grand time with it. It's still not better than the first game in the series, in my opinion, but I did enjoy it quite a lot. I enjoyed it more than the second entry. The first one of these games to make me tear up a little bit, so some very good emotional writing in this one. And if you're into visual novels, I would recommend, but I don't think we have a lot of visual novel fans in the audience, so I won't bore you with Coffee Talk. The new Rhythm Heaven comes out in a few weeks. Very excited for that. And I realized that I had not played or beaten all of the Rhythm Heaven games, so I'm trying to fix that now. I played through Rhythm Tengoku, which is the first game of the series on the Game Boy Advance that I have. We didn't get it in North America, but you don't really need to be able to read Japanese to be able to play it, because it's just about hitting buttons to a beat.
You said Game Boy Advance?
Yes.
Okay. I know you said Game Boy Color. I was very surprised for a second.
Whoa.
But anyway.
No, yeah, Game Boy Advance. And it's very good. Fun to see. It's interesting, because I played Mega Mix on the 3DS, and that was basically just like a best of compilation, so it's kind of fun going backwards to the two games in the series I hadn't beaten and seeing where like a lot of these rhythm games originated from. The Game Boy Advance one is definitely the worst in my opinion of the games I've played so far, but it's still great. Like, I'd still say that it's like a good game that's worth your time. Just a lot of not as much originality in terms of like, it's like there's 40 stages or whatever total, and most of them are like sequels to one another, so it'll be like, like Jib Jab and then Jib Jab 2 or whatever they want to call it. So not as much variety in the levels, but I think all the games have like sequel levels to one another. This one was just the most heavy on that, and after I beat that, I moved on to Rhythm Heaven Fever. This game started out where I was like, man, this is really easy. Like, I was superbing everything. I thought that I'm like, this almost feels too easy for Rhythm Heaven. And then last night I spent like an hour on one of the remixes, and I was like banging my head against the wall. It was so insanely difficult. I feel like every Rhythm Heaven game, has a mini game or two where like people that play it, it's like the game just does not click with you. It's like, you're like, I understand music, I know how this works, but for some reason I just cannot match the beat or whatever it wants me to do. And I ran into a couple of those towards the end of Rhythm Heaven Fever. I believe that there's 50 stages total in Rhythm Heaven Fever, and I've beaten 40, so I'm like already almost at the end. And these games are relatively short too. Rhythm Heaven Fever, I looked at my time and I have about 4 hours into it after playing 40 levels, so not too shabby. And I'm just very excited for the new one. There's also an arcade game for Rhythm Heaven that I would like to check out, because there's actually an arcade in Las Vegas that has the cabinet. So I want to try to go there and play it. I think that'd be a lot of fun if I could play that before the Switch release as well. So
I didn't know about that. That's awesome.
yeah, I think it's just like mini games from the Game Boy Advance game, but I'm not 100% on that. So, but I still think that'd be fun to check out.
Badass.
Yeah, it'd be really.
This looks cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool if I could check it out. There's a place called Game Nest in Las Vegas that has the cabinet, so I want to try to make a point to go there before the new game. That way I could have truly played them all before the new release.
Ooh. I feel like I need to own this one day.
Somehow, right?
Somehow. This is awesome.
But yeah, and then I've played a little bit of random things here and there, but not really anything worth mentioning, because I've been a little spotty with my gaming over the last couple of weeks. Been doing a lot more movie watching and TV show watching. I saw a lot of movies the last couple of weeks. I saw The Amazing Digital Circus in theaters. I saw He-Man, a couple other things. So I've been busy at the movies. It's been a good time to be a fan of movies. I saw Obsession. That was great. So
how many times did you see Mandalorian and Grogu?
0. I only ever saw the first season of The Mandalorian, and I thought it was pretty good, but not good enough to keep watching. So, but The Amazing Digital Circus, good finale. So, all right, gaming pickups, fellas. I don't know about y'all, but I got a big old stack here of about like 15, 16 games. I have been game hunting, so to say.
I have 2 things.
Tyler, how many do you have?
Couple.
Yeah. I'll go first to get it out of the way then, because I have a decent amount and not a lot of notable stuff, but I've had a lot of good, like decent cheap games over the last couple of weeks. So first up, a weirdly rare Dreamcast game, Wacky Races. When I picked this up, part of why I picked it up was because there's literally 2 copies on eBay, and I thought that was crazy, because I've never heard people mention that as being a hard to find game. So I wanted to get that one out of the way. Ready to Rumble Boxing 2, the sequel to everybody's favorite game, Ready to Rumble Boxing. I got NHL 97 on the Genesis, because why not? I found it for cheap at a Pay More in town. I got Injustice, the PlayStation Hits version, just because it was the Ultimate Edition, and I really want to play through these games. I've heard that they're fun, and I'm a big fan of NetherRealm, so why not? I got Saints Row 2 on the 360, mostly because I thought it was fun that it was a holographic cover. Grand Theft Auto 4, because I didn't own any version of this game somehow. I thought I had it on PS3, but I didn't. Call of Duty 3 on the PS2. We got the Sega Dreamcast web browser. We got Madden 96 on the Genesis. Followed by Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters on Wii.
I'm sure that's good.
Oh, it's gotta be a banger. We got Watch Dogs on the PS4. PS4 version exclusive edition has 60 minutes of exclusive gameplay. Pretty crazy. We got Batman Arkham Knight. I want to play through these games eventually. We got Killzone Shadowfall. Somehow I was missing this game still after all these years. We got... I always love when you can find games that have DLC on physical disc. This Dragon Age Origins Awakening, so it's the expansion, but on a physical disc. I always think that's kind of fun.
That does not roll off the tongue. Dragon Age Origins Awakening.
No, not at all.
Isn't...
And then I got 3 Xbox One games. We got Quantum Break. We got Rise Son of Rome. And we got Final Fantasy 15 Day 1 Edition. Most of these were bought from Pay More. They have very cheap video games sometimes. They have a wall of budget games where it's like, I think it's you get 6 games for $20, and it's like you can't beat that. So I decided to just get some decent cheap stuff just to have. But yeah, those are my pickups. So nothing crazy exciting, but just fun to fill up the shelves once in a while with some cheaper titles that I think I would maybe eventually get around to playing. So, and that's that. Zach, what do you got?
Before we do that, I do have the Green Lantern Rise of the Manhunters Metacritic page pulled up.
Oh, please.
Would you like to
Please
guess?
share.
So there's apparently it's on like several things. It was on
Yeah.
the according to Metacritic, DS, PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, PSP, 3DS, iOS.
Okay.
Only a few of them have enough reviews to have a score. The 3DS, the Wii, Xbox 360, and PS3. Which one has the lowest and which one has the highest average score? So PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, and 3DS.
I'm going to guess highest 360, lowest Wii.
I'm gonna say highest 360, lowest 3DS.
So highest is PS3 with a 61,
Okay.
360 with a 59,
Okay.
Wii with a 46,
Okay.
and 3DS a 42.
Excellent.
Ow.
Yeah,
So you're
So
telling me I
not
should play these?
fantastic. I think you should play it. IGN gave it a 4.5. Nintendo Gamer gave it a 3.2.
Nintendo Gamer
Much
would
different
never
than a 3
lie.
point. Much different than a 3.3. But
Exactly. We love a good 100-point scale.
all right, my pickups. I did get Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Let me see that beautiful Magic the Gathering card.
Yep, I'm opening it up now. I've got a Zack
My
Fair
God. It's Zack and Zack.
Magic card. It is holographic. It's hard to catch the color here,
That's
but
fun.
it is like a colored holographic here. Zack Fair is a legendary creature, a human soldier, and he enters with a +1/+1 counter on it,
Neat.
whatever that means. It does have a reversible art,
Nice.
which is neat. So
Beautiful.
that's the alternate art, and then the base art is the base game. That one.
Nice.
But I'm putting him like this. I think it looks really good.
And you
Yeah.
kept the sticker that came on the seal, right?
Did I
It looks
keep
like
the
you did.
sticker?
Yeah.
Let's go. Real collector shit.
Um,
So you guys are. Sometimes I think I'm mentally ill, and then I talk to you guys, and I'm like, I'm not so bad.
fun fact about that sticker: I did throw it away, and I realized I threw it away, and I dug through my trash to find it. So you can see it's actually kind of like creased and stuff.
Fucking psycho behavior.
See, what you
Also, I
should've
did.
done is cut around it and then put it in. So you don't
I
even
should've.
have to do it all fishes.
Do y'all have
Yeah.
a? Y'all also have a box in your game room where you keep all the plastic wrap for all of your games. You just shove it all in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that way if you want to seal it again, just put it back up.
Yeah, I see you have all of your. It's complete. The other
It's
game
not
I got.
complete without the shrink wrap is crazy.
The other game I got is another Switch 2 game. This one, though, is not a key card. I got the Disney Afternoon Collection.
Oh, fun.
So there you go.
With Goof Troop now. Very
with
exciting.
Goof Troop.
People
I
love
don't
that
think
game.
this is. I think this is it's not an alternate cover, but it's like an internal art,
Oh,
so
that's
you can
fun.
see this on the inside. But you can't really see it because it's through the red, so like it doesn't really come through very well.
Doesn't work.
So put this back in here. This is neat. It also comes with some inserts, which I will show you now. Comes with like little like hard foam coin or hard cardboard coins. It looks like you like little punch these out. The little like coins or
Are
something.
they supposed to be like Pogs?
Yeah, I guess so.
How funny.
So yeah, there's that, and it also has these cards and stickers. So there's like a duck. The first one here is DuckTales. It's like a little like card with talking about DuckTales. And on the other side, I didn't open these, so I haven't looked through all these yet. But there's some stickers.
There you go.
So
Your boys
lots of
Chip
fun little
and
goodies in
Dale.
there. I want to play through DuckTales on this version. I feel like I've played some DuckTales emulated before.
You shouldn't
But I'd like
emulate
to
your games.
play-
That's illegal.
Sorry, apologies. I found a real copy for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I played it that way.
Thank
But-
you.
Yep.
We don't support
also,
piracy on this show.
Also, fun homework assignment for anyone in case I'm sure everyone knows about this, but look up the DuckTales moon level theme. It's very good.
Absolute
So-
banger.
Yeah.
Tyler,
Yeah, those are my pickups.
what do you got?
Alrighty, so what Zach showed got Rebirth, needed that Zach
Wow, he didn't
card.
even open it yet.
So my girlfriend watches this show now, and she gave me this, I think, just so I could mention it on the podcast. She gave me GTA 5 on the PS5 because she didn't she wasn't really into it. Yeah, so I got GTA 5
Woo!
specifically from my girlfriend because she said you gotta say it's from your girlfriend. So
Rare
there you
game
go.
alert.
Rare game alert. Rare game alert. Did you say she
Then
watches the show now, implying that she didn't watch the other
Now,
51
yep,
episodes?
yep. I kept telling her, I was like, "Damn, you don't even fucking support us." I said, "That's crazy. Everybody else does."
For
And
what's
then
worth, my
she,
wife. I couldn't pay my wife to watch this, so
oh, then she just started binging it, dude. Now she's like,
Zach's
so.
like me neither.
No, no, she would not watch this.
um, then I found a little thing on one night. It was late as hell. I was just scrolling Facebook Marketplace, looking at like different overpriced game deals, and then I found one, and it had two games, and it was $30, and I was just like, that's a pretty good deal, right? So I messaged the guy and I was like, hey, you still have it, yada yada. 'Cause it said just listed, but it was like 3 hours ago or something. Um, he said that he does, and then he upped the price to 40, and I was like, okay, I'll still take it though. Like, so I told him I'll take it, and then he was like, all right, and I was like, if you have anything else, let me know, and we can do like a bundle thing. So then he sent me a picture of three more games, and then he said do 50 for all, and I was like, okay, sure. Um, so the three games that he added were Gran Turismo 1.
Ooh, that looks
on the
clean.
PS1. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I found out from Bird Dog Gaming that this is second print because
Of course, that fucking nerd would know.
the text on the bottom's blue, so
Oh,
it's second print.
there you go.
Um,
So it's worthless
yeah,
trash,
Is that a multi?
is what you're saying.
Is that a multi-disc game?
no, it's just one.
Is it just like a thick ass box?
It
Or like,
has it has the reference manual.
Mm.
It has we got the reg card, and then we have the actual manual.
Yeah, and I think some games that just had like crazy thick manuals did that too, because Persona 1 is also a 1 disc game in a 2 disc case, and I think it's because the manual just wouldn't fit in a regular PS1 case.
Um, and then the two other games were Tack and the Power of Juju,
Hell yeah.
those two, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City,
Look at you and
which
all the Grand Theft Auto.
apparently, which has two discs in it.
Hmm.
We have the regular Vice City
Okay.
and the trilogy Vice City.
Oh, how
I
weird.
don't know why, but we got both Vice Cities.
Alright. Why not?
He was like, yeah, there's two in there. They work. Yeah, okay.
You're like, I'm never
Now, the
actually
two
going to
games,
play these. I don't know what you're thinking.
yeah. Now the two games that were actually on the listing were missing the manual, so it's kind of ugly. But Spyro the Dragon, it's
Nice.
the collector's edition one. Hey,
Oh,
look,
cool.
here's you go.
Where it has like the weird white spine, right?
Yeah, but well, it's just like the manual thing,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
so
Sorry.
it's not clear. But I guess if I can find a manual for that. And the other game, for those of you that know, Black Jewel Case Rayman.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
this was the heavy hitter of it, and I was like, "Yeah, I want it." He raised it to 40. It's like I still want it, like
That's cool.
because price charting says it goes for like 80, but the listings on eBay are like between 1 and 150. So
I was gonna say 80 is very low, so
yeah, so hopped on that.
nice.
Um, and then I got one more thing. Well, I guess it's like one more collection of things. So I was at GameStop again. This was tonight. This was tonight before I came onto this podcast.
This is why you were
And
late.
partially. And so I seen this guy trading in a bunch of games. This isn't a scenario where like GameStop wouldn't take it. I was just like, I told the worker, I was like, can I offer him something? Like, can I just do it? He was like, I don't care. And I was like, all right, bet. So I talked to him. I made a price. Yeah, I'll show you what I got. So we got two
This is
Super
your
Nintendo
second
games.
GameStop snipe that you've talked about on this podcast now.
I know. So we got Joe and Mac on the Super Nintendo.
Hell
We
yeah.
got Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. We got
that looks big. Oh.
Championship Bowling on the
Nice.
NES. We got another copy of Golf on the NES. I'm gonna stop saying NES because these are all NES games.
Okay.
RC Pro Am,
Console.
uh, NFL.
Yeah, what console is that on?
I'm not saying it. Castlevania.
What's the name
It
on
was
there?
Kriegers or something
Krieger.
like that.
Krieger.
We got the Adventures of Link. Dr. Mario.
Why would
Uh,
they take these?
No,
they
Tyler
weren't
just
going to.
swooped it from under their
I
feet.
didn't let them. Okay.
Oh, before you even got in there. I guess I misunderstood.
No, he was in there. They were mid trade, and I was like, "Do you really want to scan all these, or can I offer this guy something?" And he was like, "What offers?" And I was like,
Oh, I
"Okay."
didn't even. I didn't even.
He's like,
pay
"Just do it
attention
out
to
the
that, I guess.
store." I was like, "I'll do it out the store." Life Force.
Wait, what's the name on that one?
Life Force.
Yeah. No, but there's a name written on it. Decena?
Oh.
Listen,
Senna,
Mamma mia.
Super Seed.
Decatur.
Ice Hockey.
I love ice hockey. That game's so fun.
The Goonies 2.
I also love the Goonies too. That game's so fun.
I was a better fan of the
Good
Gooners
fucker.
too.
Ken
Krieger.
Krieger.
Gonna dox this guy.
Batman.
People say
Just
that
saying, man.
Batman game is very good.
Another Dr. Mario.
Just had to.
This stack is getting a little too high in front of my face.
Guessing the Descena family and the Krieger family both had a Dr. Mario.
Rad Racer.
Good lord.
Ninja
My
Turtles.
God.
Super Mario Bros. 3. Top Gun. Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. Iron Sword, Wizards, and Warriors 2.
Hell yeah. Classic.
WrestleMania. Kiwi Craze.
What?
Apparently, that one's a little up there.
Never even heard of that.
Stars.
Ah, okay. Baseball Stars is supposedly actually a very
Hold
good
on.
game. Oh my God. This dude just bought half the NES library in a GameStop parking lot.
This is why I said we should skip Tripina.
That's funny.
Kings of the Beach. The like triple pack, stadium events, all that. Well, it's World
Stadium
Crash
events.
Track. Yeah. Tetris.
Tetris.
Another Contra. Donkey Kong 3.
It's kind of sad.
Mario
Give
is
away his
Mythic.
NES collection.
I'm ready for Tyler to be like, and I gave him $20. Rip that, wax the shit out of that guy.
Muppet Adventure.
Hell yeah.
Super Mario Bros. 2. Mighty Bomb Jack. Another Super Mario Bros. 2. Legendary Wings. Ninja Turtles arcade game.
Oh, okay.
Pinball.
A lot of black
The
box
Guardian
stuff.
Legend. Another Castlevania. Wrecking Crew. Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Nice.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Nice.
Another NFL. Wizards and Warriors. Bases Loaded. Solar Jetman.
I'm waiting for him to be like Little Samson and then just move on. Like something crazy.
I wish. Bugs Bunny.
Not the birthday
Wheel of
blowout.
Fortune. Hold on, I gotta move some of this shit. Intermission. Stand
Intermission.
by.
This is just you bought these like just now, like
Yeah,
couple hours ago?
literally. Yeah.
Bonkers.
So this originally was not a pickup.
I'm curious to hear how much you spent on all this.
Hold on, we're getting there.
Oh my God. It's like another 20 game stack for the people that are only listening.
Wheel of Fortune. Football. The Battle of
Listen.
Olympus. Friday the 13th. Come on. There we
There
go.
you go.
Friday the 13th. If I can say that, Abadox. I don't know.
Abadabadabdoo.
Ghostbusters.
Nice.
Roger Clemens MVP baseball. Mickey Mousecapade. Pro wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Another Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. Blades of Steel.
There you go.
Another NFL.
Why is there so many NFL?
Rambo. Another Mario Bros. Duck Hunt.
Nice.
Why are there
Another
four
Friday
of
the
those?
13th. We got quarterback.
What a label. Hold on. Can you pull that up one more time? A goofy ass motherfucker.
World GP. Island Secret Castle. Little Mermaid.
The game! He got Little Mermaid!
Metal Gear. Tecmo NBA basketball. The Simpsons. Bart versus the World.
Isn't it crazy the Simpsons are that old?
MLB. And Kirby's Adventure.
Wow. How much
Shout out
of
to
all of this?
Ken.
We have to know. Are you gonna sound like an asshole when you say how much you gave him?
I don't know how much this is all worth, so I don't know. I was just like, that's a lot of games. How much you want? So then we were talking about it.
You don't have to
And-
actually share, but I'm just curious.
I'll share it. I don't
Mhm.
care. So we were talking, and I always try to get their price first because I don't want to like overcut or undercut,
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, what you thinking?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Let me look through it." And I looked through it, and then I went to him, and he was like, "I don't know. They're already scanning the games, and the one's already ringing up for $3." So he was like, that could go up to something. He's like, so like my bottom dollar I was trying to get was $1, but it looks like I'm gonna get more than that, like $100. But he's like, it already looks like I'm gonna get more than that. And I was like, I'll give you 150. He said, yeah. And I said, yeah, I'll go get the cash right now. And he's like, yo, dude, stop bringing it up. He's gonna take. And I met him outside, and I was like, here you go. And we exchanged contact info. So if he ever has anything else, so.
There you go. Are you gonna be a dirty reseller and flip most of this?
Seen how many doubles are in that shit? I mean, I'll probably keep what I don't have and then sell what I fucking, there's like 2 Castlevanias, fucking 2 Contras. Like,
Yeah, that's not nothing. That's a pretty good lot of games, all things considered.
hell yeah.
You've been getting pretty
So-
lucky.
Yeah, that was wild. I went with Jason and John and all that, and they were just like, the fuck? There was 2 more games too. I gave them to Jason though because he didn't have them. Faxanadu and Fester's Quest.
Little Samson.
No, yeah, I gave him Little Samson and fuck's that other game. Panic Restaurant. Just gave it to him.
Panic Restaurant.
Yeah, that's that. That's the NES, and I got to clean all the names off. So, were you raising your hand? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say before we start the topic, or y'all can start the topic. I need to assist in distributing some cat medicine
By all
before
means,
someone
go
else goes to
ahead.
bed. So
Go ahead.
y'all
go
can
ahead.
start the topic. I'll listen, but I'll be right back.
All right. I don't know. Do we want to start the topic or do we want to wait for him? What's the vibe, Tyler?
I mean, we can wait for him. I don't care. Also, Patrick said he submitted his writing. So
Oh, I
this
already
is
got
the
it. We're
time
good.
to go grab it. Oh, you got it?
We
Look
got
at
Patrick
that.
Dryden. I'm on top of it. Don't worry.
Cool.
I'm happy
Yeah.
for you. That's a very exciting pickup. Especially since it's just like all NES. That's kind of fun, It's usually if you come across if this scenario happens, it's usually not old stuff like that. So that's pretty
Mhm.
neat.
It's like, here's some filler PS2 shit. I'm like,
And like, nah, here's Kirby's Adventure, baby. Let's go.
yeah.
Do you
I gotta
need a
look all these
majority of these carts?
I would say so. I
You
don't
tell
have
me you
too
don't
many
have
ideas.
4 copies of NFL from LGN hanging out on your
I
shelf
don't have,
already?
I don't have any copies of NFL, so one of them's mine.
I'm pretty sure this is actually an Atlas game too, which is crazy.
Is it?
A lot of random LGN games, I remember looking up at some point that they were like developed by Atlas. Let me double check that. Wikipedia, the best
Look
source
at how
for
this
everything.
is.
NFL video game developer Atlas.
That's great. I got an Atlas pickup.
You got some Atlas pickups. Let's go. Yeah, like let's look at the Atlas games. There's some. I remember there being a bunch of weird. Yeah, like the Karate Kid on NES. Gotcha, the sport. NFL Friday the 13th. So you got another one in there. So they just made some weird random shit on the NES. It's very funny, very strange. Atlas
Super
had
C's like
humble
$22
beginnings, that's for sure.
I got 2 of those.
They could have never made Shin Megami Tensei without making NFL and Friday the 13th first. They had to learn their way.
What's the Goonies 2?
Dude, The Goonies 2 is a great game. I like that game a lot. Lots of good memories with that one. Are you pricing your stuff right now?
I'm just going through it, like the ones that I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to think what the most expensive one you got there is. I feel like maybe Super C? I don't think that's like a super cheap game.
Super C was 22.
Oh,
I think it's that one game that I did, that kit, whatever. I think.
Yeah,
it's
look that one up. I'm curious.
that.
Go to good old pricecharting.com.
Which stack was this in? Let me turn these around.
Of your 10,000 stacks of NES games. Absolutely bonkers.
I was like, I'm just gonna tell
Dude,
them I got
it's like I go to the game stuff by me and I don't even see a single NES game. When it comes to like retro GameStops in my area, the retro selection is usually just like PS2 onward. Very rarely is there anything else. So what's the name of that one?
Kiwi Craze.
Kiwi Craze. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. It's so strange.
32.
Oh, hey, that's still 1/5 of what you paid for everything there. So
Yeah.
yeah, a ton of games. So
Batman's probably a common one, I would assume.
true, but that's a beloved game, so might have a little bit of value. Because that's Sunsoft,
15?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
15.
say, very interesting, very cool.
If only this was Donkey Kong Jr. Math, bro.
I know. I really
I
was.
would've-
I was waiting for you to pull out a Panic Restaurant or something crazy
Dude,
like
I
that.
was waiting when I was
You're
going
like,
through
oh, the
all of it, I was like,
Jetsons.
come
We
on,
got
come on,
Flintstone
come on.
Surprises Dinosaur Peak. Color a Dinosaur. Just all this random NES gold.
That would have been insane. Donkey Kong 3 is $23.
See, look at that. Making your
What
money
about-
back.
What about Iron Sword?
I don't think
Just
that's
waiting to
worth
find, like, a
anything. I'm
game
pretty
that-
sure Iron Sword is not well regarded, well beloved, well remembered. Any of that?
Yep, $6.
Yep. Trash. You use it as a coaster at your desk. Fuck it.
What?
Is it time to go for the NES set now? Is that what we're doing?
I said that to the guy. I was like, "Oh, starting off my NES set strong."
God, I cannot.
Things.
I wonder how many people in the Big 26 are going for an NES set right now.
Yeah, it's. Well,
Like, when you hear people go for full sets, it's usually not anything pre N64 anymore. It seems like people don't even attempt with the older systems anymore.
it's like this sticker on the Muppets game.
That's crazy. Just this insane rental sticker.
Like what the fuck?
That's funny. But yeah, I feel like you don't hear people going for like Super Nintendo or NES or Genesis or any of those anymore.
You really don't.
Although I feel like when people say set collecting is dead in modern day collecting, I don't think that's totally inaccurate, to be honest. I think that most people realize they're spending a lot of money on garbage and they don't want to do that anymore, which is valid. But I kind of enjoy spending my money on garbage.
Agreed.
Oh my god, that kind of scared me, actually. For the listeners, Zach was ominously staring in the corner of his camera. I actually don't even know if you were on screen for the way that we have the podcast set up.
Mario is missing is 27.
Wow, look at that. A
Sorry,
fan
I guess-
favorite Mario
that's the one
game.
he's-
Mario is missing. When did they
Did
put
guys say
that
why
on
he's
Switch
doing
Online?
What's that?
Did I say why he's getting rid of all those?
It was just like his father-in-laws or grandfathers, and he just didn't want them.
He said he's trying to pay for his medical bills. Tyler ripped him
Tyler
off.
Baldwin.
Listen, GameStop would have probably ripped him off a little more. Okay.
I think he would have gotten more than 150 from GameStop. Let's be real.
What would you have given him at the top?
Me?
Like, what number? I mean, like, what number would he have said, and you've been like, no?
I don't even know, to be honest.
Like, would you have done like 250?
My original number was going to be 2, but then he told me 1. I was like, I'll give you 150.
I feel like if I had to ballpark the worth of that, it'd probably be at least 400 to 500, right?
Probably.
Probably. So
Castlevania's 30, and there's 2 of them.
yeah, because there's a lot of random, Wheel of Fortune junk in there too. So those ones are probably pretty worthless. But you got some good actual games. So that's a W.
Which is Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins. Anyway, we should probably get to the topic of the show now that the three of us are all here.
Probably should.
Yep. Apologies.
You're okay. Tyler's infatuated. He needs to know if he got a good deal or not. Which is valid. I would also be obsessively counting the numbers to see. So he could go on Reddit and post and be like, how'd I do?
Ken Krieger's definitely going home and realizing he got ripped off and hunting Tyler now.
What if he's a fan of the show and he just was embarrassed to say something to you? And then he sees this and he's like, oh, that piece of shit.
That motherfucker.
Anyway, topic of the show. JRPGs for beginners. JRPGs beginner guide. Don't know what we want to call it yet. But basically we just want to talk about maybe a game or 2 or 3 and give you guys some suggestions on JRPGs that might be good to ease yourself into. Get yourself into the genre, see if it's something you want to like, that you would like, see if it's something you want to play. I feel like all of us shouldn't mention Pokemon because that's the easy, obvious, not fun answer. I don't know if you guys were thinking of Pokemon.
That was my only answer.
I feel
But
like
Pokemon
it's
is
too
also Pokemon is also a answer. So
Yeah.
Just to put it out there, it is an answer.
That's fair. I just feel like this is the least interesting suggestion that we can give. So,
100%.
but Zach,
For
why
the
don't you
record,
start us off?
I'd like to say for the record, Pokemon is probably the answer. But, I went at this from a couple different angles. I went at it from like games that like aren't RPG first to like just kind of ease you into it. Games that are very RPG but are very basic, and then like games that just like have a story that's fun. So I try to go from different angles. But I guess I'll start with the vanilla answer first. If you just want like basic vanilla RPG, I think you should start with either Dragon Quest III HD 2D,
Okay.
because it's very accessible, or Dragon Quest XI, depending on if you want like a more retro feel or not. Both of these are very like straightforward in like the RPG mechanics side of things. But they're also both very beautiful in their own ways and have great music. They have similar music, so you'll feel like you're not going to miss out on like a good soundtrack if you play one or the other. They have a pretty similar vibe to the music. Yeah, I just think these are like really good like entry level mechanically RPGs that'll get you understanding how RPGs play, and you'll be able to like everything builds off of Dragon Quest basically is what I'm getting at.
That's true. What would you say mechanically makes it easy for people to get into?
It's like literally like you're met with a turn-based screen. It's like attack, and you attack, and there's no like timed attacks. There's no like effective attacks on like enemy. It's just like attack, use fire spell, use item. Like it's just, they're very just like basic, easy to understand mechanics. It doesn't get like overcomplicated. Like Dragon Quest XI has like a skill tree, but Dragon Quest III is like level up, stats go up, do more damage. So I feel like that's the most like easy way in kind of thing.
Yeah, the simplicity of it, right?
Yeah. So, but Dragon Quest XI like is just like a 3D version of Dragon Quest that like harkens back to some stuff in Dragon Quest III. So I think it's probably better to play 3 first and then play 11 because it'll have some references you'll appreciate. But I think if you play 11 first, 11 was my first Dragon Quest. It wasn't my first JRPG, obviously, but I think it's a good first Dragon Quest for what it's worth.
Good suggestion, I'd say. Yeah, I think Dragon Quest, like you said, kind of the set the stage for every other JRPG going forward is kind of the blueprint. So it's a good series to probably give you an idea of what it can be, and sticking to the basics too. Because one thing that for better or for worse, but the main reason a lot of people I think love Dragon Quest is because it's very much about tradition. It doesn't ever really change. It stays simple. It's always kind of been simple, and I don't think it's ever going to be more complex than really what it is now, which is barely above the complexity of what it was in the 80s. So, and, for better or for worse, I appreciate that about it. I think it's really cool that, Final Fantasy, every game is different in some way, shape, or form. Dragon Quest is like every game is the same, but like in a good way. I mean that complimentary. So
Yeah, I'm two thumbs up for that. Like, I want Square to keep making Dragon Quest and have them all be like, this is Dragon Quest. You know exactly what you're getting, and then with Final Fantasy, they can get
more experimental.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine
it's
with
a
that.
good suggestion. I like that. Tyler, what is a game you would suggest for people that want to get into Japanese role-playing games?
The one I would say, and it's funny because I noticed there's a write-in about this same exact one,
Mm.
but so I'm going to say it because I had the same exact thought process. Honestly, I would say if you really want to start, because at this point it's easier. I'm going to say Final Fantasy 1, but specifically the Pixel Remaster version, just because it makes it a lot simpler. It's easier to get into. Because if you go back, if it's your first time getting into the genre and you go to play the very original one, it might be too slow for you, too clunky for you. It might not really get into it. But nowadays, like a lot of these JRPGs, they're kind of like a lot of them are modernized and stuff. And I mean, if you play it legally, there's like a speed up way. But if you want to play it officially, and the Pixel Remaster, it gives you 6 games if you buy the whole bundle thing, or I think you can buy them separately as well.
You can, but I think it costs almost like $30 more to buy them separately. So you might as well just get the
So
bundle.
buy the physical.
Mm-hmm.
Buy
Yeah,
the
which goes on
bundle.
sale all the
separately.
time for like $40. So
Yeah.
I bought them all
So
digitally separately because that was before what was in the physical was still hard to get. So I bought them all digitally, and then they re-released it, and I was like, damn it.
that's rough.
I was like, why? ¿Por qué? But yeah. So honestly, and I mean, it's a simple story. Um, sounds great. You get the whole little exploration feel of Final Fantasy, and I just feel it's really good for beginners because it's simple at the end of the day. The first Final Fantasy, the second one I never played the second one, but I hear that's where it gets a little weird because like you don't level up per character. It's like your weapons or something. It kind of gets a little different, but the first one I feel is what kind of a lot of mainstream RPGs are. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that in Dragon Quest, I think might be a little too traditionalist for some people, but I think when it comes to the mechanics and the setup, the pacing of this genre, that they're good examples to kind of see how it feels. I think from a narrative point, they might be harder for people to get into, but I personally, and I think I talked about it on the show before, I like to think of Final Fantasy 1 as like a D&D campaign. Like it feels like you're playing a D&D campaign with your friends, and I think that's awesome. You fill in a lot of the gaps of the story in your head. The plot is there, but it's a little bit more basic. But you know what you're getting into. It has good music. And, if you go with the Pixel remasters, like Tyler said, there's conveniences. So, you could get more experience, you could get more gold, all these different things kind of, make the process less tedious. So I do think that Final Fantasy could be a good start as well. And also, if you like it, like we were saying, opposed to Dragon Quest, every entry is very different. So you get a lot of variety if that's kind of the series you decide to go with.
yeah. So go start with World of Final Fantasy because that's the best one. Just kidding, don't do that. A lot of people dog on it. I never played it personally, but
I want to check it out eventually.
yeah.
We've brought up some really interesting suggestions: Pokemon, Dragon Quest, and Final Fantasy.
Wow.
Crazy.
I'm gonna give one that might be a hot take, but I'm gonna give it anyway.
You
So
go
my suggestions, I have 3 that I want to give, and they're all different flavors of Japanese role playing game. The first one is your traditional turn based, and we were talking about it earlier in the show actually. So maybe you want to wait for the remake, but Persona 4 Golden, I think, would be an excellent first Japanese role-playing game for somebody. Now, you might think, Craig, That's way too fucking long of a game to suggest somebody. Why would you say that? JRPGs are a time investment most of the time. Yes, sir? You're going to interrupt me as I begin my spiel.
It's way too long of a fucking game. Why would you recommend that?
Thank you.
I was going to do that. Damn it.
I knew you guys were. That's why I let it happen. No, I think that length aside, and really I think that the length adds to the experience because, this game has a very good narrative, very good story, very good characters, very good writing, all that. So your investment, the time you have to invest into it feels well worth it because of the experience you get out of it with the world and the narrative and everything else, on top of the gameplay being great. But I think that Persona does, as you guys know because you've played Persona games as well now, it has the balance of the turn-based dungeons with the life sim elements, so it's a bit more than just being focused on the combat. There's a lot of other gameplay mechanics that add to the way that you play the game, the way that you approach this world. The social sim elements lead into the mechanics that you use while you're dungeon crawling. It has excellent synergy. And I think that I would suggest Persona 4 over 5 and 3, because if you're going to play original 3 at any point in time, I think it'll be much harder to go back if you start at 5 and you have all the conveniences and quality of life things that are in 5 opposed to 4, because 4 and 3 were built on the same engine. They have a lot of similarities, but 3 still has a lot more mechanics that are older and more hardcore and more bullshit, more difficult, all that. So I think 4 is a good starting place if you want to get into Persona. Because then you could go backwards or forward and I think still have an enjoyable time. I think if you start at 5, it'll be harder to go back. But there's also, the remake Persona 3 now as well, so there is that. But I don't know. I think 4 is a great one. And really, I feel like Persona 4 Golden was one of the first true traditional Japanese role-playing games that I really got invested in myself. And it is my third favorite game of all time. So maybe I'm a little biased, but it's one that really clicked with me and one of the games I think made me really fall in love with the genre. So
Persona, I still gotta play quite a bit. Main 3, so gotta get there. On my birthday, I'll get there.
There you go. You're a little quiet. If you could get closer to your mic, Tyler. I'm sorry.
Fine. No.
I want to make sure that people can hear you.
Okay, there we go.
There you go. Zach, if you want to go, give your next suggestion.
Yeah, I think I'll go for an oddball one also. I know this is about JRPGs, but what if we talked about les RPGs? I think, all kidding aside, a recent big RPG that is turn-based that did really, really well was Expedition 33.
Haven't heard of it.
I think maybe if you're not an RPG person, maybe a game like Expedition 33 that has an incredible soundtrack that won awards, and also a very intriguing story and narrative. It's all voice acted, all that stuff. Maybe just the presentation side of things can force the JRPG medicine down your throat. I think Expedition 33 is pretty approachable because even the turn-based stuff, you even have little shooting mechanics. If you're a balls and guns gamer, maybe you can enjoy the shooting.
Not the ball and gun gamer.
You can enjoy the shooting mechanics in the turn-based stuff. It has time-based attacks, so you're not just clicking a button. You can actually click a button 3 or 4 times on a timer to make you feel like you're really engaging with it. And it's not a super long game either. So, if you're not an RPG person but you just want to get a good narrative and some fun presentation, maybe Expedition 33 will get you over the hump. And it'll hook you quick. The story hooks you really quick. Before you even really have any battles, the game gives you a narrative reason to want to keep playing.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
It was my girlfriend's first RPG.
Did she love it?
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
She bought a shirt and everything right after beating it. She's like, I gotta get a shirt. I gotta get all this merch.
Yeah, I know multiple people that do not like turn-based role-playing games that love Expedition 33, including a friend of mine who does not like turn-based role-playing games, and this is his favorite game of all time. So it's this definitely has a bit more mass appeal, especially with the the timing and action combat mixed in with the turn based. So
Very nice, very nice.
yeah, good suggestion,
What's the great game?
Tyler.
Yes.
What you got?
Next, right? All right. So one that I also figured was pretty simple because a lot of people would have played the other games in the series, but then they made a RPG series. I think Zach might have a different one, but I was just gonna say Super Mario RPG, just straight up. You could play the original, or you could play the remake. It's more accessible now. Um, Everybody had to have played a Mario game at this point. Everybody's familiar with Mario, so it's definitely a theme that you'll be more fitted to. Um, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's Mario. You got familiar faces, the music, it's everything that you would love about the Mario thing. It does have like little, right? Mario RPG had like the timing element with like hitting to do stronger moves, so it does have that. It's a little more, in depth with the combat, but I still feel like it would be a really good one for beginning. And that one's also not that long. So, you're not going to be like, all right, I'm going to play my first RPG, like Persona 4.
And spend
Be there
100
for
hours before you can roll
100
the credits.
So yeah, I feel like that would also be another good one.
Hey,
And like
I'm
I
getting
said,
ready
you
for
could
my
play
third playthrough of Persona 4 before the remake comes out because I need to get the Platinum Trophy before that happens.
Man, you'll get there, I believe in you.
I'll just, since Tyler mentioned it, I'll just say all the things Tyler just said, but my suggestion is Mario Superstar Saga. I was going to say it. I wasn't going to talk about it, but all the things Tyler said, approachable. It's Mario. If you like Nintendo, you'll probably like it just because it's Mario. It's charming. Mario Superstar Saga.
Yeah, these games also have excellent humor in writing, so
Yep.
get a good chuckle out of them. There's not a lot of truly funny video games, but the Mario RPGs are very funny, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Next up, for me,
I'm muting my
Persona
mic real
5.
quick.
What'd you
Just
say?
so you know. I'm muting
Okay.
my mic real quick.
Yeah, you're good. Persona 5 would be a good pick, but no. I was actually going to say a tactical JRPG. I'm going with Fire Emblem Awakening.
Fire Emblem's the strategy RPG.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
I'm sorry. Just kidding.
It's a tactical RPG. It's the same. What's the difference? What's the difference between the two?
I don't.
Tell me
I don't
right
know
now.
the difference.
I want you to
I
tell
don't
me
know
the difference.
People on Reddit will tell you they're different. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Is it like an XCOM situation? Is that more of a
I think it's
tactical?
like well, tactical will be like Final Fantasy Tactics, or technically you can't attack from all sides. I don't know. It's just ignore me. I'm
Those
just
people
trying to be
sound like they
annoying.
deserve to get shot. Actually,
I mean, most people on the internet teeter on that line most of the time.
that's fair. But I was gonna say Fire Emblem Awakening. This was my first Fire Emblem. I think that it really is the perfect entry point into the series. It has, a very good story, very good cast of characters. Introduced a lot of mechanics that would be go forward for the series. It has the option to turn off the permadeath. So if that's something that intimidates you from trying this game, I think it's easier to ease into the series. Because I think that there's a lot of people that were turned off from ever trying those games because they know that the permadeath is a thing famously in those games, and that can be a scary thought if you have never played a Fire Emblem game before. But I think that I don't know. It's sometimes I teeter on thinking that it might be my favorite over Path of Radiance, but Path of Radiance is just so good. But I would not suggest Path of Radiance as your first RPG. I think that that's a little bit too hardcore. I think Fire Emblem Awakening is definitely much more beginner friendly. Also has an incredible soundtrack. It has a bit of the social sim element with the the matchmaking and the having children, and then your characters inherit certain things from depending on who the parents are, which is really cool. So very replayable in that way too. I don't know, Fire Emblem Awakening is just excellent, and I think that if you've never played chess with anime characters, it's a excellent way to get into chess with anime characters.
And you can make your own avatar, so you can put yourself in the game.
True.
So it's also fun.
Exactly.
You were able to do that in Awakening?
Yeah, you can customize Robin and
Um,
not be named Robin, but
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you, Craig. I think Awakening is like there's like a pool of Fire Emblem games that I think are like good suggestions for like new players. I think Awakening is one of them. I think the one like another one would be Fire Emblem 7, just because it like has a very hammer you over the head
Yeah,
tutorial
tutorial.
with limbo. It like forces you. You will understand how to play this game. So if you want to be like spoon fed on how the game works, Fire Emblem 7 has a very good tutorial, and I think the Game Boy Advance games also are very pretty. So
Oh,
if you want
definitely. They
like
have
a
amazing art.
retro
They have
look.
feet on the character models in
Oh yeah, Awakening has a weird stub feet thing. I
they
like
have no
that.
feet. They didn't have the technology yet for feet on
It was
3DS.
so weird. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you ever played Awakening in... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you played Awakening actually with 3D on? Because I never have.
Um,
I had a 2DS when I
yeah,
played
and I
it. So
remember it looking really cool, especially the cutscenes looking excellent. So
yeah, I need to try that one of these days.
I know right now I mostly play. If I play 3DS, I play on my 2DS XL. So I don't have that option with my main way to play. But I remember that being one of the few games where I turn it on once in a while and be like, oh, this looks pretty cool, and then I turn it off again because I just didn't use the 3D very often on 3DS, like most people. So didn't get a lot out of it. But yeah, I think Awakening is really good if you want to start getting into strategy, tactical, whatever you want to call it, role playing games. Especially because there's so many options. Like you could make the game pretty dang easy, or you could make it so hard that it's practically impossible. So you have a lot of options.
Yep.
Shout out to Fire Emblem Awakening.
Was my first Fire Emblem.
I think it was most people's. I think Zach is one of the few, the proud, the Marines that played it on other consoles way before.
Yeah, I think my first was FE7. So
And how did you discover it? Do you remember how you came across that game?
my neighbor who has question I don't like to associate with anymore had it. So
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
one.
so I got to borrow it from him.
Fair enough.
He lured me over there.
Don't put it like that. All right, Zach, what's your next suggestion?
Um, okay, so I went for basic RPG. I went for
Fire Emblem, come get it, little boy, come on.
basically, yeah.
I was like, ooh, cool green hair girl with sword.
What? Let's see.
got
We
weird.
got the Mario out of the way. We got the modern game out of the way. We got the basic out of the way. Um, Here's one that I think you'll just won't agree with me. But what about like Mario Golf, a game that's not even
No.
really an RPG? It just has like RPG mechanics.
No.
So it's like you're not even really playing an RPG. It just like kind of has tertiary, like, oh, I leveled up. So you like get in the mood.
I don't know. I kind of hate that argument where like people are like, oh, it has a leveling system. It's a role playing game. I'm like, is God of War a role playing game? Then I feel like you gotta.
All right,
There's
guys.
a cutoff
Fallout
somewhere.
New Vegas is the first game that first RPG. in the-
Sure. So yeah. So we're not going to say like games that have RPG mechanics. We don't want to count those.
I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of the topic.
It's too much. Okay.
Yeah, I think
okay.
so.
I won't say Mario Golf then for the Game Boy.
But
Okay. Well, I'll just go with. What about like the best RPG?
sure.
Just play Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger's really good. It's got like it's pretty. It's got if you play the Steam version, you got like anime cutscenes. It's got incredible music. It's not too long. It's not turn. It's kind of turn based. I guess it's like timing turn based.
Action
it's
time.
Like
Yeah, ATB.
action time.
Mhm.
ATB. Yeah. So
Active time battle, I think is what it stands for.
that's true. It was very good.
Mhm.
We played it for the first time, like not too long ago,
And
I
we
thought
all
it was a very
loved
good
it.
game. Yeah. So
Honestly, the only reason I wouldn't suggest it is I think that it's too good. Like, I think it sets expectations too high.
ooh, it's not a good one to start with because you're always downhill.
Yeah, I feel like you might, like, everything will not live up to... Like I've said before on the show, I'm like, it's not my favorite game of all time or anything like that, but I'm like, I think it is objectively probably the only perfect role-playing game. Like, if you want to go on, like, what makes a role-playing game good, I'm like, there really isn't anything wrong with it.
If we don't want to play anything too good, then also don't start with Mario Golf for the Game Boy. Then don't start with that.
Sure, that's a really good role-playing game. Tyler, got
what'd you
something
say?
to add?
Yeah, my next one was gonna be Chrono Trigger.
No, you guys are
Because-
probably right. It is
Yeah,
excellent, so...
Like I agree with you. Like for some people, they say this is like the pinnacle of RPGs, but like kind of like Zach said, it's the gameplay is great. The cast of characters is great. They're all like unique. You know, you got like a frog, a prehistoric woman, a robot, Chrono, and then like
For prehistoric.
Whatever you're into, they got it.
yeah. They even got Zack's neighbor in the game. So
Which one is he?
I don't, I don't know, one of the guys, one of the NPCs.
It has a great
Um,
story without it being in your face. It's like very narrative heavy, but dialogue light, which I always find fascinating.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that. Narrative.
And
heavy
again, if
dialogue
you want to
light.
play an RPG to see if you like it without spending 100 hours, you could beat it in one sitting like I did, or be normal and beat it in a couple.
Yes.
I would just like to point out that you could play all the games that, outside of Dragon Quest XI, you could play all the games that Tyler and I suggested before you could finish Persona 4. So
All of
Yeah.
them combined, yes.
We were really trying to make this for beginners.
Which
Craig's
way,
like,
which way,
if
Western
you really
man?
want to just go right into this, like dive headfirst, Persona 4, okay? And then when you're done with that, you're going to play Persona fucking 5 Royal with all the extra content, right? Because if you like 4, you're going to play that one. That's another 120 right there.
True.
And then you're going to go play Xenogears, because I think that's long, right?
You don't even know.
I never fucking played it. I don't
Like,
know. I
right,
own it.
guys?
am I right,
Craig is supposed
guys?
to back me up. Like, you should know long RPGs.
I should.
Yeah,
Did you know?
like Mario Golf.
Did you know?
Be about his blood type.
I would like to suggest an action JRPG, and that is Kingdom Hearts. I think is a great beginner RPG. Very easy to get into because of all the Disney stuff. So I think that there's a good entryway for a lot of people because a lot of the environments and characters you meet are going to be familiar even if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts or any other role-playing games of any kind. Kingdom Hearts has phenomenal gameplay. I think that I've always found that its menu to be fascinating, how you can move around and you can move your character and the camera around and attack, with what you have selected, but you have your side menu, you move up and down to the D-pad to select your spells or your items or just your general attacks. I've always found that to be a really cool, interesting mechanic that I'm surprised more games haven't done. I guess Final Fantasy VII, the newer games, kind of have a similar thing, not quite the same, but I think that Kingdom Hearts is just very easy to get into. Like I said, even if you're not into video games, the Disney Gateway is just so helpful to make you feel familiarized with that world right off the bat. And Kingdom Hearts, excellent music as well, excellent, but very convoluted story. It's another game where it's like, if you like it, you have a whole big series ahead of you, with mostly consistently good games to look forward to. So I think that it's one of the best feeling action role-playing games out there. And especially if you like Kingdom Hearts 1's gameplay, it's like 2 is like, oh my god, the gameplay is so good in Kingdom Hearts 2. So
It's definitely a good step up.
mm-hmm. The darkness, the door to darkness, the door to light, and the hearts and
And
friendship.
now you can get all of them in a collection.
True, it's
So
all coming out in one big old collection for your PS5 and your Switch and whatever fucking else. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Get it
Kingdom
before
Hearts.
4. So you can play them all by like 2032. Okay.
I that's still something I would love to do eventually is Platinum Kingdom Hearts. That feels like something I need to do for childhood, Craig. You don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go.
Zach, you were supposed to hit it off right there with the simple and clean part, but
Yeah, you're the singer of the three of us, as everybody knows.
tonight.
Zach, any more suggestions you want to give to the people?
I have a kind of one I wanted to say, but it's also still it's a write-in, so I'll wait till we do the write-in for it, and I'll kind of add a note to
Tyler, any others you want to mention?
Those were the main ones I was going to say.
All right. We could go ahead and read some beautiful audience write-ins then. I'll go
Oh, and
first.
play Pokemon.
I'm sorry?
Good for beginners. I said, and play Pokemon. It's good for
Yeah,
beginners.
that's all right. So I'll read the first one,
one?
then Zach can read, then Tyler, and then we'll cycle again.
Don't start with Gen 1 or Gen 2. You'll hate it.
Yeah, don't. Gen 3. It's the best gen anyway. You can play Gen 3, and then you can play like the Gen 1 and 2 remakes. Skip 4, 'cause that's kind of just forgettable. And then go to 5.
You should just play Sun and Moon, because those are the best Pokemon games, but I digress.
That's not even traditional. It's like, all right, we're going to go do some island trials.
The same thing. I just called it something different.
Exactly. I feel like it's weird that people differentiate it, actually. And it's still the best Pokemon game. Danny the Robot wrote in. He said, "For beginners, that's hard to say. For a type of person who wants to get into JRPGs, I guess I will just start for beginners who are currently playing modern games. I would start with Octopath Traveler. If you love pixel art style, it reminds me of the Super Nintendo's Final Fantasy games. And if not that, I would pick Persona 5. I think those are both good suggestions, actually. I didn't even think about Octopath Traveler. That's probably a good gateway.
Yeah, that was my other like kind of suggestion. Like I was thinking about it. I was like, because I feel like maybe Octopath is definitely a. I feel like you almost appreciate it more if you've played other RPGs. Is my only holdup. I feel like you get the best experience if you've played RPGs as a kid and then went like 30 years and then you played what you thought they looked like.
Just like Miyamoto used to make.
But I do think Octopath, there's voice acting and there's like lots of dialogue. So if you want to just like kind of treat it almost like a storybook kind of thing, just like reading a story and then doing some pretty straightforward traditional battling. I agree. Octopath is probably a decent place to start.
Cool. Want to go ahead and read next write-in?
God, come on. Here he is again. Jason says, "Hello, Jason here to give my opinion on yet another JRPG topic."
I don't know if I like your tone, Jason.
Some subtle shade there. Yet another. Some beginner JRPGs, I would say that the Pokemon series would be one of them, especially the earlier ones, because deep down they are turn-based JRPGs. Next, I would say Final Fantasy 1, specifically the Pixel Remastered version, because when it came to every remake of Final Fantasy 1, it got easier and easier. Also in World of Final Fantasy 1, I would consider Mystic Quest, a game that was specifically made to be an easy JRPG for the US market to get the US into JRPGs. I'd also say Super Mario RPG, either the original or the remake, would be another great starting JRPG. Now, of course, we all know which JRPG, even with the streamlined progression that no first-time JRPG player should play, is that remake that should not be named.
I told Jason specifically, I was like, dude, you know what you should have put for the end of your write-in, since you're always doing something? I said you should have put that, everybody should start with Final Fantasy VII because it only goes up from there. He totally missed it.
Damn.
That would have been the perfect one, and he missed it.
I also want to add a note there. He mentioned the streamline thing, and I showed that I had Rebirth as a pickup earlier. I do want to be upfront with my shame because I don't think I brought it up. Oh. I did finally get the Platinum in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I was like this close for like literally a year and a half. I didn't quite get the last challenge, and I did with the new update with these streamlined. I just beat the last combat challenge in 45 seconds, and I got the Platinum.
It.
So I do feel shamed, but at least I have it. So
he got it 17 seconds prior to us starting this recording.
It's like those people that have the Nier Automata Platinum that just bought all the trophies after they beat the game.
That's crazy.
I have something funny to share about that, by the way. I'm one trophy away from the Nier Automata Platinum. It's because I ran out of currency to buy the trophies. So I tried to cheese it, and I couldn't even cheese it right. I ran out of money.
Can't you just go get more currency?
No, because I did the super finalized ending of the game without spoiling anything, and you don't have money after you do that, so I could go back and do it eventually, but not in any rush, especially since I didn't really earn it, so.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird how in that game you could just buy the trophies. I was like, what? That's a thing?
Very interesting. All right, want to go ahead and read the next write-in, Tyler?
All right, we got Mike from Canada.
Mike from Canada.
Up north. He said, for kids, it's easy. The mainstays. Pokemon, Super Mario RPG. If they're a little older, Kingdom Hearts. If you're a cool collector, dad, mom, then one of the Yokai Watch games for... those are actually pretty good. I only played one so far. Mm-hmm. I mean, I own them all, so eventually should get to them. It's also crazy. Yokai Watch 3 is $500.
It's insane. But yeah, from what I played of Yokai Watch 1, I did enjoy it as well. I never finished it. That's one of those games, I'm sure you guys remember about a year ago when my SD card died on my 3DS and I lost all of my data. I'm so unlucky with that shit. I had that happen with my PS5 when the 1 month I wasn't paying for PlayStation Plus. I had that happen to my 3DS. I need to just have backups of everything.
Where we at? For adults, Chrono Trigger or Dragon Quest 11S. If you want something they probably never heard of, then East 8. Yo, East. I didn't even think of East. Honestly, a lot of those you could just start with, to be honest, because they're fairly easy. I mean, 8's like kind of like the whole popular one. I didn't play 8.
EC?
Easy?
No, East.
Yeah, it seems like 8 is most people's favorite East game. So
Yeah, and honestly, 9's really good too. I really like 9. I still got to play 10 now that they have the full version out. But anyway, he said East 8 or Sea of Stars. If you want the reaction, what the hell is this? I'd say Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, which would be their gateway drug to Persona, and it would be a pretty good time to become a Persona fan. I like this Mike guy. He just went all out. He was just like, all right, this. I like that.
yeah, he knows ball for sure. I've heard Tokyo Xanadu is an excellent game. Actually, that is or at least originally was a Vita game too. So I own it. Want to check it out eventually. Do you have it yet?
I think so.
He's looking.
My God, I don't.
Ugh. Yeah, I was looking. So Ys 10 Proud Nordics Deluxe Edition, the updated version, comes out. According to it's already out. Never mind. I thought it was coming out. Cool.
Proud Nordic sounds like a white supremacist group.
Oh my God! Can you not? Again.
Just saying.
This might be a Switch 2 pickup. Actually, this would be kind of cool. I've started to, unfortunately and hypocritically, not give a shit now if games come on game key cards, because I just like playing games portably. So I kind of just decided it is what it is, even though I'd rather it be physically on there.
Lots of games more games are coming full on card recently.
Which is nice, so. But it's that because a lot of the JRPGs are the ones that are not, and I'm like, that's what I want to buy the most. So, but it's
Square's the biggest offender. Square's the biggest one.
Well, it sucks because like this, I would love, but it's like I don't know, role playing games. I like having the ability to take them portably. That way, when you have to grind, you could watch TV on the couch or do this, that, the other. Adventures of Elliot. It's like I don't know. Part of me is like I think I would just enjoy that more on my Nintendo console than my PS5. So I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I didn't know that was that. I might have to pick that up. Last write-in, Patrick. Patrick said, "So this is a great topic because you boys didn't try RPGs, because your boy didn't try RPGs till he bought a Super Nintendo in 1995, and that first RPG was Chrono Trigger. Easier combat systems, and ability to see your enemies, and a straightforward time travel story make it a good one in the retro classics. It is what got me hooked on them. For a more modern, easier RPG, I recommend Final Fantasy VII Remake, actually. It isn't a knock on it, but its twist on combat with the ATB bars and commands and ability to give your party members commands is a great way to retain the turn-based feel of the OG and the new action RPG system without scaring off newer fans and players."
Very well put and intelligent comment, Patrick. Thank you.
I don't think this is a hot take by any means. I think that the Final Fantasy VII Remake games have the best combat in any action game ever, actually.
Action combat in any action game ever?
Yeah. The combination of that, like with the menus and everything, I think that it is my favorite combat system possibly in all of video games.
I think it's my favorite combat system, but I don't think it has the best action combat ever.
I guess that's fair. I guess just combat system as a broad topic.
Yeah,
I would say
the whole of it, I would say, is probably my favorite. But the action side of it is fine. I would say like the mesh with the commands, I think, is what brings it over the top.
There we go.
In my opinion.
Those are all of our write-ins, boys.
Yay!
You wrote.
That's it. The show's over. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
What if I just ended it like that and then we just turned off the podcast? That'd be funny.
They're like, huh?
We're recording this on a Friday night, so we have the weekend ahead of us. Zach, do you have any fun plans this weekend?
I would like to finish up a few PlayStation games. I'm very close to finishing 007 and Batman,
Nice.
so I'd like to finish both of those. And I need to play more Media the Hollower because, like I said, Adventures of Elliot comes out next week, and I can't put down one Zelda game to play another Zelda game, so I need to finish the first one I started. So.
That's fair. Tyler, any plans for you this weekend?
I'm gonna play NES Cart Cleaning Simulator and see how much I made profit. Well, not profit,
There
but
you go.
like
You get to bring those all to a retro store and get a nice heavy for one of your collections.
could bring me too many games. Be like, all right, guys. So
There you go.
yeah, Zach.
Tyler, you've gone a while without a YouTube video. Might I suggest a top down of you cleaning those NES games for like 4 hours with just some
ASMR.
like jazzy lo-fi beats to clean NES games to, and just post that?
Hell yeah.
I should just do a live stream of that. Just come join me while I clean my NES cards.
You should. That kind of thing is fun. I love stuff like that. I always want to do a live stream where I'm researching Vita and 3DS inserts, since nobody documents that kind of stuff. I think it'd be fun to do live streams where we research what games came with stuff.
Fun.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But for now,
We should do a live podcast at some point. I feel like that would be fun.
it would be fun.
Then
But
we'll be able to edit all the slurs.
that's true. Tyler has a lot of racist accents we got to edit out of every episode.
No.
You'll see about a quarter of the actual runtime.
Yeah.
You got to go to
Wait,
Patreon
but-
for the full unedited
You guys
episode.
got a little snippet of Zach's white supremacist talk too. So
Saying white supremacist isn't a
Craig?
slur.
no, well, man. And I don't know. You don't want to even know what Craig does. So
I don't know what I do. You tell me.
he edits the show, so he always takes it out. Can't just leave it in.
I need to just make like a terrible edit where I just like stitch your guys' words together so it sounds like you're saying awful things. There's enough hours of us doing this now to this point for where I could probably make any of us say almost anything. So
I challenge you to do that.
it's a lot of work. But there's a lot of, I don't think we're quite to the point where like if we gave, if we took our voices and gave it to like AI and be like, make an episode of Generations Behind. I think there might not be enough yet, but I think we'll get there soon where there's enough footage of us speaking where it could make an AI podcast out of our voices.
2 hours of us talking about mayonnaise.
And Applebee's and whatever other bullshit.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about enough bullshit this episode. We talked about video games way too much.
Burger.
It's
We
unfortunate.
really did. We stayed on topic the whole time.
I know.
Like,
It's
what
going
did
to be
everybody
our
have for
worst
dinner?
performing episode of all time because we didn't have
What did everybody have for
20 minutes
dinner,
of
though?
nothing.
Well, yeah, Craig, did you even eat?
Did I eat? I did eat. I had McDonald's on the way home. I got a McCrispy with no pickles, and I added American cheese and mayonnaise and my large
What's a
Diet Dr. Pepper.
McCrispy?
It's like a McDonald's ripoff of like a Chick-fil-A kind of sandwich.
Oh, okay, chicken sandwich. Okay.
It was very delicious.
What'd you have, Zach?
For dinner, I had a frozen pizza,
Oh shit! What toppings?
a Newman's Own Supreme.
Oh,
Supreme. All right.
Tyler, what was your dinner?
I had miso ramen.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I was gonna say, isn't it too hot for ramen? But I don't know what the weather's like over there right now.
It's hot as fuck
Yeah, it's
right
been in
now.
the triple digits for us. So I'm like, the last thing I would want is ramen. You couldn't pay me to eat ramen. I'd
Listen, if
fucking
it's
melt
AC
away.
controlled in there, I'd be fine. But then I also got it spicy, and they put like a little extra spice in this one this time.
They're seeing
I
what
was
that
done.
white boy could handle.
Yeah. And they probably thought of us some type of way, dude. They gave us forks. I was like, I don't use a fork. Like,
That's so insulting to see the white people go to the ramen restaurant and they're like, they can't use chopsticks. Look at him.
Oh, I go there all the time and I use chopsticks. Like, shit.
That's
like,
brutal.
what is this in my bowl?
That's brutal. That's funny.
Take that out. That goes to the side. Like, take
There.
my chopsticks, All right.
You do the rub.
Yeah, you got it. You don't want
Got
no
it.
splinters in your mouth. Like,
Don't want to get no splinters. Well, there's our obligatory food talk for episode 52.
oh, we're not going to keep going? Damn.
Why? Do you have anything else to add?
We
We are starting to close out the show.
Well, I know, but like this is like the epilogue right now. Like we're just fucking
Give another
cruising.
RPG suggestion.
Yeah, like at this point, I mean, honestly, shit, you should play fucking Pokemon
Oh my
because
god.
um yeah, I'm just gonna pull a random game off the Vita shelf, and it's probably gonna end up being an RPG, and you should probably play it.
Sure, let's find out.
Craig, tell me when to stop.
Now,
All right, so we're gonna
wait, don't pull it. Go 2 games to the right and then pull it.
Ooh,
shit.
we're gonna get him here.
2. Right,
What do we
I'm
got?
not even gonna.
I
You
hope
ready?
it's a role playing game.
So, this is what y'all should play. Yeah, that's role playing, right?
Yeah,
And
Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus, an all time role playing game.
yeah, I mean, shit, it's probably hard as balls. So if you try to do this for your beginner, you're probably gonna hate it. Yeah. I think it's this one or like the second one. Like, there's only like a handful of people in the world that have the platinum because it's like insanely
Disgustingly
difficult.
hard, yeah, I believe it. But I will say, if you do want to get into role playing games, the Vita is one of your best choices. That's the majority of that system. So,
So the game I was originally on before you said 2 to the right. Natural Doctrine.
Natural Doctrine. I don't know what that is. I own it, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know, but in a savage world, you are fit to survive. Strategically link with your teammates, face off against towering monsters, and hone your squad's abilities to take on whatever the world throws at you.
There you go. It sounds like
That's
it could
what
be a
it is.
role playing game. Let's just assume. Everybody,
Yeah.
report back next episode. Let us know what you thought of Natural Doctrine on the PlayStation Vita.
And then, if you really enjoyed that role playing game, recommend some Gal Gun because why not?
Do you have the copy with the?
I do.
There you go. Rated E for everyone on the back. It's incredible.
Rated M, rated E.
For
Very
me,
appropriate game for children. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, it's for everyone.
All right.
Just like how when Craig says in the beginning or the end, share with your everybody. That's share Gal Gun with everybody.
Yes. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it with your friends, your coworker, your grandma. I'm sure they'd all enjoy it. Share Galgun with your friends, your coworker, your grandma. I'm sure they would all enjoy it. Make sure to call your parents when you think of them. Tell your friends that you love them. And we'll see you all in 1 week to talk about Star Fox.
Adios.